Okay, we're trying this out. We're gonna see what. Okay, looks like it's actually going through this time. Yay! See if notifications go out. If anybody comes in. See if notifications go out. Oh, shit. Let me turn that volume down. And I have no idea how to frickin' invite people here. Oh, okay. We got two. See any comments? There we go. And there we go. Fallen, if you want to come up, I'm trying this out. Well, welcome, Carol. This is completely new here for me. Karen, welcome. And that's the link if you want to come up. I'm going to have to see, kind of minimize this a little bit. See who's in this studio. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. It wasn't working for me yesterday. So Michigander man showed me how to get around that needing a laptop. Oh, okay. Ghost bitches, welcome. Somebody's walking around over there or not. Parababes, if you scroll up, I've got a link to come in at the top. If anybody wants to come in, we'll do it. I'm not sure how to get that off now. No. Okay. There we go. So can everybody hear me okay? Because I got my volume turned down. And I'm talking to myself in here, so I'm not sure if I've got everything adjusted right. Oh, yeah, let me see if it shows. Okay, yeah, it shows 7 in here. So gosh, nobody wants to come up and join me. Okay, I'm trying to, this is a lot different. See the chat. Okay, I'm guessing because I see myself twice on here. So far I've invited Fallen Angel, doesn't want to come. Pair of Babes does not want to come up. Ghost Bitches does not want to come up. Well, come on, guys. We got some people. We got 6 people out here. Nobody wants to come up. This. Oh, you can do it from a phone. Ghost Bitches, you could. Bitch, I am doing this from a phone. Yep, I'm actually doing this from a phone at the moment. You know what you do is you just click on the link. It'll say you're entering a studio. You just go through the process and then you type in what name you want. See, like I got where it says Irish Whiskey Paranormal. That's typed in, and once you come in, it'll put a little cookie on your phone, and it'll remember what name you type in. So if you come in and somebody and just StreamYards on somebody else's stream, it'll remember the name you typed in. I had to type it in on this one because I'd never used it on my stream phone. Well, it's good to see you in here, pair of babes. Yeah, I'm out here while I got the AC running to cool the house down a little bit. Yeah, see, that's what I've been using. I've been using this, my personal phone. So this is my stream phone. I had to kind of set it up with the name and all that, but whoops. I made the mistake when it said hitting, it said view on YouTube. So I went to view on YouTube and nothing was happening. It's because I left this behind. I didn't even hit start broadcast. On front of the heater, we had a big heater in the sky. It was 102 here today. So we only got a few people in chat. We got six in. Kathy, welcome. Before you go to sleep. Yeah, that's the thing about here. Being in California, it's like everybody else is asleep. It's only 11 o'clock here, a little after 11. Everybody else is going to bed. I just got home from work. Good to see Carol still here. I'm just wondering if YouTube has actually put a lot of the stuff out course, I know there's a whole bunch of people freaking live. Looks like we're actually back up to 7 or 6. Um, StreamYard says 7. Okay. Okay, now StreamYard says 8, and then YouTube says 7. So I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't look like anybody wants to come up on panel. My first panel. First freaking panel. And no one wants to come up. Eight. Yeah, I got 8 on both of them now. I think this is a little quicker. The StreamYards, it showed 8 while the YouTube showed 7. You still have bedhead? What you do is when you come in, there'll be a microphone and like a little video camera. Just hit the video camera so it goes white, and it'll turn the camera off. You'll still be up, and you'll be a black square. Nobody can see you. You'll just be like a black square with a little white circle. Oh yeah, I can't even see that. No, it used to show that. Oh, okay, that was in that one. That's when I was just doing the regular stream. It shows that. It doesn't show that here. So I know. Carol, welcome. Yeah, I tried this last night and failed. And Michigander man goes, no, no, you do this. And yeah, it works. He goes, don't view it as an app, view it as a web page, and then you can just use the phone. Yep, Irishman stream from California. But at least I know what to do. Because like I've seen a whole bunch of people going live, bigger YouTubers than me, so that's where everybody's going to be hanging out at. Let me do something here. Whoa, shit! Open back up. Cool. So there we go. Go ahead and do this. Since I got my other phone, I'm going to try to share it out real quick. We'll see. That up. Okay, here we go. We'll see who really shows up and who's like, oh, okay, yeah. Chat back open again. Huntress, you want to come on up? We got it here. You have to scroll back. I was quite a ways back. And let me go ahead and get the link back in there again. I think that was it. Make sure. Yeah. So there's the link if you want to come up, Huntress. And you can say you're the first person on my first panel. No, I got the free version, Carol. This is the it's free. There's limitations. I mean, you got other bells and whistles, but I wanted to try it before I actually paid. I think it's like $20 a month, but you can get backgrounds and all that if you want. I don't know. You may get more people. It says 6 right now, so I don't know if that's the limit, even if you pay or what. But I'll just use the free version for right now. But all you got to do is like really. I've been on other panels, so you click the link and it'll take you to like it'll open like a browser or something. Leah, welcome. Bella, welcome. And it'll say you're entering a studio, and then it'll ask you. You have like a little camera and microphone, just like on if you were going into Hangouts. It has a little microphone and camera and all that. You can turn your camera off and mute yourself or whatever. And I just turned 55. But sometimes I feel, well, most of the time, especially now when I'm walking around in the heat, I feel way over 55. Well, it's still easier to read the chat from here. Okay, Ghost Bitches, thanks for coming in. Oh yeah, I don't know what the humidity was. I think it only got up to like maybe 20% after the sun went down, but it was still probably 100 degrees. It got up to 102. But it was like still butt kicking. You tried it on the phone, your phone? Shouldn't be really any a problem. Just click the link and it should take you. I don't know what the computer looks like, but it just opens a little window, says you're entering a studio. And I don't see anybody backstage yet. Maybe the paid version, it gets rid of that little powered by StreamYard. I don't know. I don't know if Danny's in yet. There's a link, Danny. I got to do is click on that. I think I don't know if you use come up on. I'm pretty sure you come up on StreamYards already. Yeah, I turned 55 at the end of May. So even my birthstone. Okay. I'm gonna try to hit this again, so you don't have to scroll up. Okay, there it is, Danny. Let me do it. Click to that way. Okay. See, now this is something I've been wanting to use for like when I have my paranormal wildcard chats. I can have a guest up now. Oh, it's in the chat, Danny. I put the link in the chat. It's up above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six above. All you have to do is click on that link, and it'll bring you in, and then it'll just tell you, you're coming into a studio and all that, and you'll come in, and it'll put you on hold, and it'll show me that you're like backstage, and then I click you in. See, unlike Hangouts, people have to be approved before they can come up into the show. So even if somebody gets the link, okay, let me see. Shoot. See if I can do that. Give me just a second, Danny. I'll see if I can send it over there. I actually have to go in. Or else I gotta back up. Because the thing is, I don't have social media on here. I'd have to leave to really do that. So let me go back. Shit. Let's see. It's not being cooperative, Danny. I'll try again here in the chat. Okay, it's right. Should be right there in the chat, Danny, because I can't get it. I'd have to completely shut the stream down and try to redo it. Is there somebody with a computer can send a stream to Danny? Can send a link to Danny? Okay, I'm gonna try it, Danny. I think I caught it in enough time here. Okay, I sent it there, Danny. I sent it to the Seabass. Well, it's in the Seabass Paranormal, and then your private one with the big maple leaf and blue background. So you got two different messenger links. Oh, there we go.
Hey, there you are. How's it going?
Hey, Danny, you're the first guest in the first panel stream I've had.
Awesome. I like being number one.
I tried this last night and it said I needed a laptop. And I'm like, well, damn. So I was talking to Michigander man today and he's like, no. He goes, you know those three dots in the corner? I'm like, yeah. He goes, open it up and hit the view as like a computer page.
Oh, okay.
And we got Ray the Fam in here. Let me see if we get this.
Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going,
I'm
Danny?
not sure how to.
Good. There's one that's got divide screen. It shows like the screen in half. If you click that, it divides it equally. There you go.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
Hi, Bella. Hi, Stony.
So you can do this on your phone, huh?
Hi, Karen.
Yeah.
Hi, Ray.
I'm doing this from my that little $40 cell phone.
Oh,
that's
I'm not
pretty cool.
doing it down from my phone. I can probably do it on my tablet from home.
Oh, what do we got here?
I'll be able to do it on my computer.
I can't remember how to. Oh, turn volume up here. Okay. Looks like volume's probably all the way up.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty cool, eh? I like this thing.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I was just saying it's like because I've been wanting to do like my the paranormal wild card chat I had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I've been wanting to cover different subjects and I've been wanting to get guests up, but I couldn't do it because I could never do Hangouts before.
Neither could I.
Yeah, I use this little duck with the headphones. That's what I'm using now, too.
That's the same one he's using.
Yeah. Hi, Karen. Sorry I didn't see you a minute ago.
But the whole thing is, I can't. How do you see the chat with this?
What I do is I just do like I do with the regular one. I open up the YouTube page and I mute it and pause it and just watch the writing on the side, and then I watch in here. So I
Yeah,
make
but
this.
yeah, but I'm on a phone.
Oh,
Hey, Greg,
What
how
you
do
do
you see
is
the chat?
you just have to. Well, Michigander man told me tonight is you just go in and when it opens it up, it'll open it. You know, like in the web browser app. But what you do is you hit view page as a computer.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm already. Okay. Yeah, but
Carol says I gotta go. Can't keep my eyes open. Good night, Carol.
if I can double
I gotta
split
go
screen it.
back into YouTube here. There we go. That way I can see the chat because it's kind of hard to see the chat and see the room and who's backstage and all that at the same time.
Yeah, I got the split screen. I just splitted my screen, but I still can't see the chat.
I'm not sure how all that works either, but when you're hosting it, you see it right beside there. So let me see if I can figure it out. Mute.
Now at the bottom, I see audio, video, flip, and chat.
This back.
No, nothing there. Oh, I don't know. There should be a way to put it from private chat to, but I don't see how.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's going to take a few days to figure all that stuff out. Well, I'll tell you what, when they say something, I'll read it for you.
Yeah, I can't even see the chat.
There we go.
Oh, here comes John.
Here comes John.
Danny,
Hey, John.
Ray, what's up?
Hey, Johnnish, how you doing?
Just watching this terrible movie, trying to distract myself from it.
And there we go. And I guess if there's
Bella says hi, Ray.
Hello. Wish I could see the chat. Hey, John.
Now she sent the smiley face.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Ray?
Hey, on this this what is it? StreamYard. You know how to see the chat from your mobile?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I can hardly hear you, Ray.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
they-
probably because of the wind.
Do they not integrate it into the StreamYard?
Not when you I don't know. I don't think so. I'm on the mobile phone. Of course, you know I'm still at work.
Do they have a StreamYard app?
No, there's no app.
Not yet.
That's weird.
You can do they don't have an app yet, but you just go in and like I was using my when I hit the link, it would open up like the the web browser, but as the app version, the mobile version,
Yeah.
and then you have to click to view the page as a desktop. Then I could um I could host it, but that's the only way to host.
Ah. Ray, are you at work right now?
Yeah, I'm still at work.
Jeez.
I get off in another 20 minutes.
Nice.
Ray, Bella says hi.
Oh, hello, Bella.
How many in chat? If you're in chat, please type a one so we can see who's here.
That I haven't been able to figure out. I just had to kind of go blind. Right now, I got two phones going, so
Bella says hi, John.
I mean,
Hey,
I can see
Bella.
the chat here, but it's not all.
What's up, Bella?
She says hi, HSFL.
What up?
Stoney's
What up?
here and Melanie's here.
Hi, Stony.
Hey, Stony! We gotta
Stony
go meet
Stone.
up with Stony. Stony Stone. You don't live
Yeah.
that far from us.
Stony Stone and Melanie Harris.
Melanie.
She lives in between us.
But I don't. I think the most you can go up is the host and 5 other people. But I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
probably plenty, especially if
Hi,
you're
Jim.
viewing mobile.
Yeah, any more than that.
Jen,
Any more
welcome.
than that is thirsty.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah, I was looking at Zoom and they said you could have like 49 people, and I'm like, what the hell?
Well, this
Why?
one you can have 6 people on
And
and
don't have
4
to pay
people
for it.
in the lobby, and then you can switch them out, in and out, eh?
Nice.
But only 6 at a time, and you can have 4 in the waiting room.
Yeah.
But there's really no point in having anyone in the waiting room, so.
No.
What an
Oh, thanks,
awesome.
Bella. Yeah,
What
Bella says it. Awesome panel for a test.
Yeah. I got
Really?
the night vision camera right now pointed at the new doll.
We can't
Oh,
even
that
see.
creepy looking doll.
We can't see your picture because your camera's off. Turn your camera on, and we can see your creepy doll.
Yes. We can see a creepy doll.
Alright.
There you go. That is a bloody creepy doll.
That is so creepy.
So,
Has she
John,
moved yet, John?
did you ever figure out a name for it?
So it presented to me as a male on an EVP recorder. It moves when it does its little chime.
Wait till that thing goes off tonight after you go to bed.
Watch, John. He'll put it on a shelf, and he'll wake up in the morning, and it'll be sitting on his chest playing that music.
Oh, I'm locking this door tonight.
Watch, you're gonna hear it tonight, John. When you go to bed, that thing's gonna go off. Your mom's gonna be yelling, "John, quit playing with that doll."
Melanie says, "I think your doll's a prankster."
I don't know what this doll's intentions are yet.
I don't know if it came with the spirit or something that was already there attached to it, John.
I don't know, but that EVP recording that I got was pretty creepy.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's one of those old court jesters. So
Yeah, Yeah, the lady who sold this to me said that she has a haunted doll collection, and she's been, I guess, on a paranormal show featuring her dolls. She friended me on Facebook, but I didn't want to see the rest of her collection. I'm like, what the fuck did you put on this thing?
How creepy.
I got enough haunted crap in my house. I don't need a doll.
Yeah, I got Michael. Let me see.
Yeah. Michael King.
Okay, I'm gonna move this up,
Oh, shit. Did you
around,
hear
there we
that?
go.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
I would just
Anyway, there's
me
this
mute
full-on
this.
whisper that I need to download
On to my computer to hear what it said, but I mean, it came straight from that fucking doll.
Creepy.
I've never used this before. I was just seeing about the backstage thing. I kind of was going to mess with it the other day, but I hadn't had a chance. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Stony Stone.
Hello. Hey,
Welcome.
Stone.
What's
Hi,
going on?
Stony.
I guess you can
Welcome.
see. How you doing? Yeah,
Hello.
it's kind of different, ain't it?
Still kicking, just not as high.
Yeah, it's different. I don't know. I just wanted to jump in here, see how it kind of worked, if you didn't mind. So I should appreciate you guys. I'm going to sit back and watch you guys, man. I'm tired. Been a long day.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get on the panel. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was
I
easier
do a
for
lot
me
of
to get on
videos.
there than it was like some of the Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I use Hangouts. I use Hangouts quite a bit, but I like this one a little better. I guess I have this already in my computer, but didn't even know I had it. My kid must have signed me up for it or something. I don't know.
Hi, Christine. How you doing, dear? Christine is here.
Just click the link
yeah,
in
it's
there and it takes you
pretty
there.
easy to. I mean, the first time I signed up, it was just put in like a verification code so they could verify your email, and I mean that was it.
That's
I
it.
seen I seen your video last night and you were snapping. That shit was funny.
Oh hell yeah! When I was so pissed off, and it was like
I know. I seen
that's
it.
why I age restricted that one.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with it. But I caught you off of that Ghost Trucker when he had Patty on that night.
Haunted Ghost Trucker.
Yeah. I caught you off of that. I've always been into this kind of stuff, time travel, UFOs. You know, I'm just kind of, I knew about that spirit box. I'm really weird about the spirit thing, but that spirit box is pretty cool. That kind of stuff is crazy.
Christina says hi, Ray.
Hi, Christina.
Hello.
Christina,
She
what's
must
up?
be still up.
Anyway, guys, I sure do appreciate you guys. I'm going to jump back out of here. I just wanted to jump in and see how it worked and say hey and
Hey.
enjoy. I'll sit back and watch your live stream probably till I pass out.
Okay, mate. We'll talk to
All
you
right,
later.
we will talk to you later. You guys have a great night.
You too.
Okay, thanks
Ciao.
for coming up.
You got it, buddy. Ciao. Good luck. Hey, and keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
Irish whiskey. I'm learning this stuff, so that's about all I'm going to say. I'm trying to learn it. I'm going to order one of them boxes. I'm going to just mess around with it. I'm a big electronic guy, so
Yeah, I'm gonna order one too.
it's cool, ain't it?
Yeah.
I lost a lot of people. I just lost my dad October 9th of last year, and it's just messed with me. I don't know. I've lost a lot of people since then, so we'll see.
Bye-bye.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You know, you never know. Anyways, you guys, we'll holler at you guys in the chat until I pass
All
out.
right.
You guys be good. Thanks for having me.
Take care, mate.
Yep, we'll talk to
Take
you later.
care.
Ciao. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.
So
Okay,
I
Marie.
got
Christina, there's a link if you want to jump up.
So I got, we went to Trowbridge on Friday, me and the group, and we did an investigation with really cool. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm probably going to just try to do some editing.
Hey,
Yeah,
On
I should
There's a
have my
haunted
new
the
video
high
out.
cemetery graveyard.
I'm gonna try to get my video out by hopefully before I go to the concert on Wednesday. I'm still trying to piece the whole storyline together. Kind of got a little bit of writer's block.
Hi, Terry.
It's just not wanting to turn out the way I want it to. And there was some footage of that place that I actually lost.
Okay,
Yes,
Christina.
I'll come
Terry
up in a
says
little
hi,
bit.
Ray.
All right, tell her good night. I'm gonna jump off here. My relief's here. I'll come back up when I get home.
All right, see you later, mate.
See you later. Later, guys.
We'll see you later, Ray.
Terracope. What's up, Terracope?
And Christine's going to be jumping up here in a bit. And she wants to use her computer.
Yeah, get on her computer, she said. I'm going to have one more smoke. My eyes are starting to feel like two piss holes in a snowbank.
Christina,
Hello.
welcome.
Hey, how are you, dear?
Good. Oh my God, I'm like very honored. I have never been on a live stream with Danny.
Well, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Danny was officially the first official live stream panel. Danny was the first one up.
Yay, Danny.
So I heard you bitching about this on your last live stream.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now,
I was like, what the? But I talked to Michigander Man tonight. I went on his, he had it going. And I'm like, yeah, the thing I hate about this is you can't do it. You can't host it from your phone. It's got to be your laptop. He goes, no, you can do it from your phone. And he told me how to do it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go home and try it then.
Hmm.
I
That's
have
been my
a shirt for you.
my big obstacle.
Dog
for,
ham.
Dog ham. Okay.
Ghost Mafia put out dog ham merch, and I had to get myself a shirt.
I'm gonna get myself one that says kitty nuggets.
Yeah, that one Lou Rock has to put out.
Yeah, kitty nuggets.
I just don't like that you can't, if you're on a panel, you can't see the chat. You have to use a second device. That's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah. Well, if you're hosting it on your computer, you can see the chat.
Yeah, well, that's what they tell me. I haven't done one yet. I've only been on panels, and I'm like, I gotta hold the phone.
Yeah,
that's what I can do. I can see the chat on this.
Right.
Yeah, if you host it, you can see it, but if you don't host it, you can't see it.
Mm.
Which is
If
dumb.
somebody said there's a way, but I'm not sure. It just might be using a second device. But I've always had to do that anyway. When I had just a regular live stream, to be able to, because I could only see like one or two things to chat, and I'd actually have to turn it so it would be, like this, like portrait,
Right.
and I could see, I could see the chat.
Right. Yeah, because you'll only do it on your phone. So.
Yeah. So I'd always have to have a second phone, and I'd have my stream phone, and then I'd have my regular phone, and I could do all my social media. I could copy the link, paste it over, but it was a little awkward tonight. I had to sit there and go through, and it redirects, and it comes up with the link. So I had to be quick to copy the link before it disappeared and went up to StreamYard.
So to be honest, I like this one better than I like the Hangouts.
Yeah, you know what? I've seen people use it, and I was actually on Haunted Truckers the other day, and he does so much stuff with it. Like you can move people around. You can say, "Oh, this one's being annoying," and put them down in the waiting room. You could do all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you can do it from the do that from the phone as well.
yeah,
It's just you have to kind of be careful with your touch because it's like
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have a big computer screen.
yeah. And if you kick them out, they're kicked out for the whole session.
Yeah.
Yeah, at my age, I've always got to be careful what I touch.
Hey, Ray, you left. As soon as I came up, Ray left. I'm gonna get a complex, Ray.
Yeah, his relief got there. He was at work.
Oh yeah, it's almost midnight, so yeah.
He said he'll come back on as soon as he gets home.
But I love it. It's like a lot of times I'll pop into somebody's chat and I'll like, hey guys, what's going on? And they'll be like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. And I'm like, really? I only said hello.
That's it.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
Yeah, you should have seen us. We went to Trowbridge there getting ready to start our investigation. We're all standing there with our cell phones and our little, devices that we use. Basically, we stood out like a turd in a punch bowl. And everybody's looking at us like, what are you doing?
Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Okay. Well, holy crap, did we ever, was it ever a great investigation? I was quite happy with it.
That's what we were doing when me and John were going up to
Thank you, Stony Stone.
Silver City Ghost Town. We were walking around. It's like there was a couple in there, and they were just kind of like just moping around and all that. And then me and John, we got our cameras and our backpacks, and we're pulling out, our K2s and, voice recorders. And I had my spirit box out, and all of a sudden, those people they're walking closer, and they're like getting really, really loud. And it's like, really, dude, you're trying to crash our video? I mean, what the hell? We're trying to do spirit box. Shut up, damn it.
Yeah, be quiet. You're noisier than the nickel night at the hooker house.
Hell, you're pissing off the spirits.
That's
You're
it.
talking right over the top of them.
Yeah.
Exploring Ginger, welcome.
How are you, Ginger? How's everything?
Hey,
Yeah, we got room for two more.
Hi, random guy. John, where'd you go?
he's playing
I don't
with
know. He had his doll, and all of a sudden he disappeared.
he's playing with his doll. He doesn't want to get caught.
The doll ate him. I'm turned around
it.
today because Boomer was like, "Oh God, do I have to see the dolls?" I'm like, "All right." So since I was on 2 live streams with him, I said, "I'll turn my computer around so you see only the window."
Oh yeah, because he loves dolls.
Oh, he loves.
I'm okay.
Now,
I'm okay with dolls except for the stupid Raggedy Ann doll. I just can't stand that one.
Now, when I had my doll out here and was doing a spirit box, he was getting hit with the double whammy, and he said, "I'll be back after you're done with the spirit box."
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does not like the dolls. Police, Chapman, Misty, how are you? How are you,
Hey, Misty. And
Hey, Misty.
Yeah, the doll either possessed him or John possessed the doll.
Yeah.
Why are you very sad tonight, Missy?
There's a link if you want to jump up. I could. We got one.
That's another nice thing about this. You could put your link in chat and no one can come up unless you say so.
That's what I really like, because we were on Haunted Truckings before we tried the Streamlabs, and he put the thing in the chat. So I went up, and then we started getting like a troll every 5 seconds, and you got to like hit them out. So like that 1 second they come up, and you're seeing something like, oh my God. So I like that you have to let the people in.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can come. They come in. We can see before, and even if they type a bogus name and then they come up and start trolling, all we got to do is just boop. We can boot them. I
Oh,
don't think-
Missy, I'm so sorry about that.
I don't think Hangouts Hangouts let you do that.
Yeah, no, it takes you a minute to like block them and get them out of Hangouts, and so yeah, we had like 10 trolls in a row. It was like terrible. Oh,
That's too bad, Misty.
Blessings.
oh.
How long are you going to be on for, brother?
Probably just a few more minutes. It's almost midnight here. This phone wasn't completely charged up. I just wanted to come up for a test and kind of see how things worked here.
Wow, it works really good.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you could do it from your phone, because I know you were annoyed, and everybody said to me, "Oh, Zoom's better, you know, the quality's better, whatever." I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to pay another $15. Like, you know, I'd rather, you know, do 3 subscriptions on YouTube and give the little YouTubers the money than give, you know, Zoom the money. So I said no.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on here probably another 3 or 4 minutes so I can see what happens when it hits the 1 hour mark.
Nothing. Just keep
Nothing.
Yeah.
It just keeps going. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because Haunted Trucker, we were on 5 hours, 5 hours, just going. And he
Was
had
that-
Patty up on his live stream the day before. They had a 6-hour live stream
Was that the free version?
Yeah.
of this. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can go on as long as you want on this.
yeah. Like the only trick is that you could only have 6 people.
Yeah,
Which
that's
by me.
Yeah,
I really didn't understand having like 10 people, because I mean, how the hell no one can talk because everybody's talking over each other. And
yep.
And Misty, all you got to do is click on the link. You can use your cell phone. You can come on with your cell phone, or you could do your PC. You don't need a camera. You can come on, and it'll say, like, it'll show your camera, and just hit, you know, turn it off. Tap on it,
Yep.
and it'll turn off.
But your phone can do it too. If you do it from your phone, you just can't see the chat. You'd have to read the chat on your computer. Yeah, sometimes it gets to be a lot. And even when you're on a panel with 10 people, and sometimes I'm just like sitting there, I'm like practically falling asleep because they're all talking and you don't want to interrupt anybody. So
no.
You're like, okay.
Well, it looks like John dropped, or I don't know if John dropped or if you're.
Yeah, John dropped.
Yep.
Yeah, I
He
don't
was
think it.
with his doll too long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I think he just left.
Yeah, or his internet died. Yeah. Because I got kicked out the other day, but it's just because my internet, you know, we were having a storm. So the internet kicked me out. And then, but I like that too about this, because you get right back in, but there's not like 2 of you. Like in Hangouts, if the internet drops and you come back in, there's still 2 of you for like 2 minutes or something.
okay, hold on, Misty. Turn where it shows the camera. Turn it off, because it says. Oh, they couldn't find the mic. Okay.
Yeah.
It just says device is not connected. So I don't know. Maybe you do have to have a camera, but you can just turn it off. So
You
I
can
don't know.
you can click on it anyway if it says device not connected.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hitting, but it's not. It says your guest will need to connect their
Well, it
mic
needs to have a
/
microphone. They don't need to have video, but it needs to find their mic. Because
Yeah,
otherwise they're going to be here with no video and no sound.
yeah.
Because Miss Monty had that problem too. She couldn't get on because it would not find her mic.
That's the microphone.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't say device; it says devices. So, yeah, I guess if you have no camera and no microphone, there wouldn't be any reason to come up, huh?
Right.
Not a heck of a lot.
Yep.
Oh, no more storms, Bella?
How you enjoying the AC, Danny?
I'm loving the AC. I'm chilling, waking up with ice cubes on my eyebrows. It's beautiful.
Yep. Boomer too. I was so sick of him with the towel wrapped around his neck. I'm like, you need to get an AC, like, or a really big fan because you can't stay like that.
You know, the one thing about this also on the phone is I have to keep
He's the
touching
devil and
the
he should
screen.
Well, I suppose I should take my pills and go to bed.
Diary, how are you?
Hey,
Dad.
guys.
Hey, Boomer. Oh, you got 2 more right there.
Yeah, there's a link up above. If anybody wants to join, got room for 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, I'm going to head off to bed anyway. I have to take my meds and all that shit. My meds aren't too bad. Like, I got to take lots of pills because of my sickness, eh? They're not too bad, except for this one here.
Is it like one of those horse pills?
Yeah, well, see this one here, these ones here, they kind of taste like vanilla with just a hint of ass. You know, it's that, just a hint of ass. It's really bad. Makes you go, what the blue hell is this?
Oh, you still have the headache, Diary? Oh boy, I hope you feel better.
Oh, I'll find my pills and then I'll head off. There they are. Yeah, I gotta take 27 pills a day, which means I get to skip lunch now.
So basically, you just sign your check over to the pharmaceutical companies.
No, my pension pays for all my meds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do they make you do like they make you do the MAP program though, like where you send it away for 90 days?
Nope.
Mine said they would pay for it, but I had to send it away. Like I had one, medicine I had to take all the time. So they said we're not going to pay for it, in full unless you send it away to them, and they send it to you every 3 months.
Oh, okay. No, mine pays for any medical, any prescriptions, eyeglasses, everything.
Oh, good. Boomer.
It's going to be dark in here because I ain't getting out of bed.
Hey, brother.
Oh, hang on. I got to.
We can hear your lovely voice.
Hang on. I got to mute.
I'm going to call you Christina now, Boomer.
Good night to everybody in chat. Blessings to everyone. Good night, brothers.
Danny. It was so nice
Night,
being
Danny.
here with you.
Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, see how you are, Danny.
All right, see you later,
See how
guys.
you are. Wait
Danny's
till I
like-
come up, then you leave.
Danny's like, well, I could come up for a couple minutes, and that was like what, half an hour ago, 45 minutes.
That was a half an hour.
Love you, brother.
I got to get going. Okay, love you guys. Talk to you later.
Hey, thanks, Danny.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Danny.
Wow.
All right, Diary. Have a good night.
Oh, Diary's leaving too. Good night.
Gonna rest
Night,
your eyes.
Christine.
She doesn't feel well.
Boomer comes in and everybody wants to leave. Look at that.
Oh, you're stuck with me, you poor thing.
I'm just happy people are coming
What-
in because it was like
What do
there
you
for a
do?
while. I was like, want to come up here? I posted a link. Anybody want to come up? It's like nobody's wanting to come up.
I have that trouble sometimes too. I got like 5 people that come up on my panel. I go in, I start my live, and I announce, hey, if you want to get on the panel, put a thumbs up or something in chat. Let me know. And half an hour later, maybe 5 people say, hey, I'll come up. But
They're shy at first.
it's always the same 5 people.
It's the 5 love of your life.
Yeah.
And it still shows you here, Misty. Device is not connected. So as soon as that pops up,
So,
I
are
can.
you running this off your phone, Greg?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm running it off my phone.
Oh, I didn't know you could. Oh, I didn't know you could like run panels and stuff like that off your phone
Yeah, this lets you.
with this. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's what I
That's
was
cool.
thinking. Like,
There
Then-
we
Now,
go.
does the signal hold better with this than on YouTube?
I don't know. This is the first test. We got Misty up here now
hey,
She's
Misty,
got her
how
microphone.
are you?
How you doing?
and a camera.
I don't know if you know Misty. Hi, Misty.
You know Misty.
Police chaplain, Misty.
Yeah, police chaplain. I know her.
Who?
In a minute. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay.
I'm hearing a lot of feedback, so I can't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I know.
Misty,
Molly's
do you have
barking
earbuds
outside.
or headphone?
No.
Hang on
okay.
a minute. Let me see. Remember to open the door because it's got scissors in it. Molly, be a good girl. Let me see.
Well, I'm not hearing an echo, so I don't know.
Misty, is that your channel name or?
It's
Police
chaplain.
Police chaplain Misty is my channel.
Police Chaplain Misty. Yeah, I don't recognize that one.
I'm on
She
Greg's
comes in quite a
channel
bit.
a lot.
It's,
Yeah, she'll come into a lot
I'm
of the
looking.
streams.
oh, nice to
can't
meet you
find
then.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm confused as to where they went to. Molly, what are you doing?
Well, I don't
This
think
is
there's
Molly.
any feedback.
That's
So
Molly. Say hi,
from
Molly.
It was just the dog barking, I think.
yeah, you don't need to worry about it. There's no echo. I thought there was an echo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I mean,
Oh, TJ.
you don't need to put them up. So I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah.
Mittens.
It all
Maybe it was
sounds
the
good
dog
right now.
barking. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Mittens. I missed you. Come in.
Molly.
Look, Boomer comes and you went
Oh.
from 5 to 17. It's either Boomer, me, or Misty.
Yeah,
Hi,
right.
Boomer.
I didn't share this.
Oh, there is 17.
I'm not, because
Yeah.
I'm on my phone. I'm not on the YouTube thing, so I didn't even share this. So it's not me.
Oh, I
I
shared it. I shared it in a couple those messenger groups. I shared it in that. So
Hang on a
It's all
minute.
you, Greg. Don't let Christina play that "It's All About Me" game on you.
I didn't say only me. I said you and Misty. Hey, Patrick.
Don't nobody give a shit about me. Hell,
I think what happened, somebody that was live ended their stream.
It was Francis.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Because I was on.
oh, Francis was live.
Actually, they're all from Francis's.
See, I haven't gotten notifications all day,
You see me?
all freaking day. No. Yes, we've seen your damn shirt all day long,
Okay,
Christina.
Ghost Mafia did not see my shirt. Okay.
Ghost is in the
Ghost
house.
Mafia's here.
Ghost
Who
is
the
not
hell
in
is
the
Post Mafia?
house. Ghost Mafia?
She's been showing that damn shirt off all day, Dave.
Yes.
Like it's something special. Just because it's from Dave.
Yeah, you could stand up and let everybody see it, Mr.
Dave, how did you end up with the dog ham merch anyway? I thought that was Lou's thing.
They were all on the live stream together when they got that EVP that's a dog ham, so Lou can't.
Yeah, I thought Lou was gonna do the merch thing.
So Ghost, welcome.
Dave
Patrick.
just stole it out from under him, huh?
Yeah. He wasn't fast enough.
Be good girl. Be good girl. Sorry, guys. Molly.
I wonder if my screen
No.
works this way. Is it
Talk,
Okay,
don't
is it
bark.
better this way?
Be good girl.
It belongs to a trio.
Yeah, it's like a trio. There you go.
Haunted by Haunted. Welcome.
Did you hear her talk back to me? She
Oh, thanks for the sub.
Who, Christina? She's always talking back to everybody.
Uh-huh. I gotta go find my earbuds and see what I did with them.
Well, you
I've
don't
got
need
the
them.
light
I
all
mean,
the way up.
can you hear us?
Hang on, let me find the.
I have
That man kicked my ass.
merch too that says
I can-
FFFFFF, all over it.
Yeah, I can hear you. But I should, for future live feeds, try to find my earbuds. I think they're in my junk drawer. You know how that goes.
Okay, apparently John shared it out too. Haunted by
You
Haunted.
got
Where he
too
can-
much
or-
junk in your trunk. Is that what you said?
Yeah, from HSFL.
Oh, there
Missy's
we go.
got too much junk in her trunk.
Yeah. White Wolf, hello. How are you?
Hey, White Wolf, welcome.
Did you say
That's been so
John from
hard to
HSFL was in here?
Yes, he was on the
Yeah.
panel, but he started playing with his doll and dropped off. We didn't see him. He was like gone.
Yeah, it was like he started playing with his doll, and then all of a sudden it got quiet, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's blame it on the haunted doll.
No, we don't think it was because of the haunted doll. We think he was just playing with it and didn't
He'll
want
make
everybody to
something
see.
of it.
Yeah.
He'll make something of it. You know, Greg. He'll make something of it. Yeah, it was fine till I grabbed this doll and everything went completely.
Completely nuts. My phone was levitating. My computer went flying across the room, spinning.
Right?
I'm glad you're okay, Patrick.
What happened to Patrick?
Oh,
Yes, White
there
Wolf
was
has been,
the spirits were trying to warn him of something in Francis's live stream.
Oh,
we're still
So
waiting on that cake, White Wolf.
constant, like for a while, they were warning him.
So I have a question to ask.
Yes.
Maybe you guys can answer me.
Oh.
Go ahead.
If two people passed away, I had not only my next door neighbor Richard pass away this week, another neighbor in an adjoining building passed away this last week as well. They were found within 5 days apart of each other. They knew each other. Would their souls go to heaven at the same time together?
it depends.
Yeah, I mean, if one waited for the other because the other, when the first person passed away, they knew the other one was coming. They may have waited, to go together.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Because I have this joke going on. They had to put a board up on my neighbor's door yesterday because the fire department had to break in. He changed the locks and never gave the manager a key to the lock. So after they brought him out and put him on, they put this board up on his door. I had people asking me, well, did they take him out of there before he left? Yes, they took him out of there. Stop asking stupid questions. So Ruby was a very elderly 83-year-old Irish woman, and had that Irish, accent, the whole 9 yards. She was 83 years old when she passed away. And I was teasing my neighbors last night. Now, I have multiple sclerosis and I've medicated with 420, and I got silly last night. And I told my neighbors, I says, Ruby and him got into a fight on who's going to get up there first. And she knocked the door down, going, come on, let's go. That's why they had to put the board up. Other people get that joke, though.
Hey, Lady
My
Swan.
grandmas went pretty much the same way within a week of each other. My mom's mom, she passed away the day we put my dad's mom in the hospital. And then the day of my mom's funeral, we get a call
Stop.
from the hospital saying that my dad's mom passed away. So they all passed away the same week, and that's pretty much what my mom was thinking, because they were very close. I mean, they acted more like sisters than anybody, and they were really close. So mom's like, grandma probably should have went a while ago, they say, and she says she just hung in there until the one passed away, and she kind of waited around so they could, cross over together, because they were so close and stuff. And both my grandfathers passed away years before that. So it was kind of interesting how that went down too.
Yeah, it is very interesting how people pass on within days of each other. And Ruby and Richard didn't know each other very well, except for him going over to the mailbox. He was always very pleasant, very nice, saying, hi, how you doing? And her the same back to him. But they still knew each other by sight, and their souls knew each other. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh, there I go.
Loving the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, holy Christ.
What's going on, Boomer?
You guys keep
Who
talking.
the hell let him in here?
I gotta
I
get a
thought this
portable
was
battery
an
to plug into
exclusive
this.
club. The Boomer Rock.
Yep, the Boomer Rock. Well, see, I knew yours was going to say the Boomer Rock, so I had to put the legendary Ghost Mafia.
Yes. That's
Oh, yeah, it does say that, don't it?
Yeah.
My screen's tiny. I can barely read it.
Most normally I'm a very camera shy person. This is new to me.
Yeah, well, we know Ghost Mafia ain't shy to the camera.
no.
Camera loves me.
Well, I don't know if the camera loves you so much as you love the camera, bro.
I think I started out doing podcasts. When I first started YouTube, man, I was shivering, shaking, and shitting razor blades. I was nervous. I was stage fright. Duck the water,
Wow. I just kind of jumped right into it, not knowing what the hell I was doing, and all of a sudden, like, shit started taking off. And
Yep. That's how it goes.
of course, I didn't have the added pressure of actually trying, because I really didn't know YouTube before I started it. So it's not like I hung around, watched YouTube, and watched all of everybody else's struggles and shit like that, and was all worried if it was going to work out for me. I just jumped in without knowing what it was.
I'm gonna put a smile on your face. There you go.
Look at that!
Look at that.
Hey, I got my Max.
If you have to drink Pepsi, drink the cherry. Cherry is good.
No, drink. Well, cherry's my fallback. Cherry's my fallback. If I don't have Pepsi Max, I'll go to cherry. If there ain't cherry, I go to regular.
And I walked all the way down to Tim and Sahara Boulevard tonight to go get that Mountain Dew. Thank you very much.
Holy crow.
For those,
Who the hell let the strip tease artist
I'm
do?
in Las Vegas.
I I ain't naked tonight. I ain't got no shirt on, but hey, at least I know that Christine is not the reason that he started gaining people because she's got a shirt on now.
Yeah.
T-shirt, actually.
It says
That's
dog hand.
Christina.
Where's
DJ,
yours, Ghost? We could be
straight.
twins right now. Where's yours?
I
That's
haven't ordered one yet.
Christina.
Oh.
Diary of her mind is Christine. So get it straight.
You're actually the first person that bought one of those shirts.
And I love it. So yeah, so you have to go to my merch and get one of my shirts.
Yeah, you're right. Next year we're gonna do it. We're gonna go back to that Paracon at the West Virginia Penitentiary again. They're gonna do it every year. Next year I'm gonna get a booth there, and so if you want me to sign that shirt for you, come see us at the booth.
Should I be wearing it? No, ladies.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm kidding.
Oh, Lordy. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Hey, Irish, I've been thinking about what you said a couple live shows ago.
About the what? I
About
didn't catch
leaving
it.
Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
About leaving Las Vegas. They've told me that it's getting awful dangerous in here where I live. So I'm seriously thinking about it.
It's dangerous anywhere you go. Trust me. Wherever you go, there's going to be some sort of danger somewhere. It don't matter
That's
where you
true.
live.
Down here, I'm
Maybe
about
on a
to
different
walk out my house. They found, like, in 3 weeks' time, they found 4 dead bodies.
It's okay. I wasn't talking or anything. It's all good, TJ. I mean, like, if you live in the desert, what are your dangers? Your dangers are, you have to maintain water or you dehydrate. But dangers are rattlesnakes, scorpions, things like that. Live in the city. What are your dangers? Getting hit by a bus, getting robbed by a idiot on the street, stepping on a needle. There's dangers. You live at Ghost Mafias. What are the dangers there? Dangers of getting shot.
Lady Swans are dangerous.
Yeah, Lady Swan. Yeah, look, she builds couches.
OG pooping on you.
Yeah.
There's danger. There's dangers everywhere. No town or city is any safer than that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you a story that I have never told on YouTube before. This is an exclusive for Irish Paranormal. Honey, hand me that right there, would you? Yeah, just lift it up by the belt and hand it over her. Okay, I'll get it. All right. So I bought this new gun. It's a Heritage Rough Rider 22 pistol. Just for plinking around the yard, shooting snakes, whatever.
Semi?
And, no, it's a revolver. It's an old school.
Oh, it's a revolver. Okay.
Old school like revolver, 22. Small caliber gun, just for plinking.
Right.
And
right.
They're about $150 gun, brand new, but they look old west, and that's.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Now are they long? Do they take long rifle and short?
Yes. Okay.
See, those are the ones I like. I think that's probably like the one my friend used to have.
I bought the gun. The actual belt for the gun, as you can see, cost me as much as the gun. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Holds the ammunition and everything. So I had it. I had it in my house. I have my guns loaded. We didn't have little kids around at the time or anything like that, which it's not loaded right now. But it was loaded. I was at work one day. I come home, and I see on my desk there's a spent 22 shell. I'm like,
"Whoa,
was you shooting the gun?" And Lady Swan says, I was like, why were you? What happened? Was there a snake or something? Did you have to use the gun? No. And she points down at the couch. And at the corner of the couch is a little hole in the couch cushion with stuffing coming out of it, right? She had gotten the gun down to show her daughter my new gun, and she was literally doing one of these numbers with it, and trying to play Annie Oakley, and didn't realize that with these guns, you have to click it back one click for the safety to be on. Okay. She does this, cocks it, and then pulls the trigger, and it goes off and shoots a hole in the couch.
Oh man!
Right beside her daughter. She has never touched her gun again, and she will not touch it.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, that's
Now
a
here's
close
the
call.
kicker. So 2 years later, I come to find out that it wasn't her that shot the hole in the couch. It was the boy. It was her son, and she was taking the rap for him for 2 years before the truth came out. Because I would have kicked his ever-loving ass for even touching the gun in the first damn place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But she got tagged as a couch killer for that for like 2 years. I mean, everybody picking on her, like Annie Oakley, the couch killer, And yeah.
Yeah, I want a holster like that. I got a Uberti, 1873 Cattleman in the 45 long Colt, and I want one of the old.
I was just gonna say that's a 45, ain't it?
But
yeah, the one I got is a 45 long.
What the hell's going on with my phone? My phone's all fucking up.
It's a very pretty gun.
Yeah, I like the holster. It's like old cowboy style.
Phone. What the hell?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! It switched over to your YouTube screen. What the hell?
It's really warm here.
It's nice to have out in the yard, especially if you're out there working in the yard
to the YouTube part.
Weed eating or something like that. A big old snake come out of the weeds or something. You just quick up and pull.
That's weird. All right.
When a big old snake comes out of the ground, you usually see me running.
My mom is gonna sit there and unload her at 380. You got three of them.
Cottonmouth.
Well, in New York, we're not allowed to have like guns. Like, I can, because if you would shoot it, especially even for a snake, you'd have 9,000 police. They'd be
and
like,
and that's the way it is here too in town. But I live out in the country, so I mean, we don't have that problem. But we have copperhead and stuff out here, so you see a snake, you either get the hell away from it or blow its head off. One of the two.
Yeah, my mom went and bought a gun.
Good night, Karen. Thanks for stopping by, honey.
And
night, Karen.
She took it back to
Thanks
the
for coming
store
in.
because it won't chamber, right?
Night, Karen.
Right.
Okay,
the thing
they
with
put
that gun.
it back and fixed it. They're supposed to fix it. Well, when they went to fix it, it come back and it still won't chamber. It'll hold one bullet in it. That's it.
I told my neighbor one day, I said, look, I'm so good with that revolver, I can knock a bird out of the air. They said, no, you can't. I went and pulled out, shot, and the bird fell to the ground.
No. I don't know. I never shot a gun because, like I said, in New York, we really most of the time they're trying to make us, give it in so they can, they'll give you $50 if you turn in the firearm or whatever. Yes, it's so weird, but because I remember the only gun I was ever around is my father had a big hunting rifle, and I remember after he passed away, my mother was like, "We're turning this in so we could get some money." I'm like, "Ma, it's only $50. Like maybe you could sell this for more." She's like, "What the hell am I gonna sell it? They're gonna think I'm some kind of arms dealer." So she went with the big hunting rifle.
Get more than $50 out of it down at the pawn shop.
$50. Yeah, she was like, "No, I don't want people to think there's something, it's so funny with it because it's under your father's name and he's deceased and it's not under my name." I'm like,
the cop, I pulled a 12 gauge on my dad and it was stolen, and the cops paid him $40 for it just to take it out the house.
Boomer got booted. He said, "Did you boot me, Greg?"
Did you boot him, Greg?
No, but I let him back in.
Yeah, I know. You're
Am I back in here now?
Yeah, you're back in, Boom.
Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you. We can't.
Damn, it's weird. My phone, like, it booted me out of the thing, and my phone went to the YouTube. So I went back to the Chrome thing and had to come back. Had to come back in for some reason.
Yeah, because it you were in there, and all of a sudden I was looking, and it said the Boomer Rock, but it was
the StreamYard, and it came back onto the YouTube, and so I backed out
on that. I started checking into it, see how much it was. It's like $20 a month, and you can have 6 people up on the stream, but you can have 10 people on a panel. So while you got 6 people in the stream, 4 people have to sit in the green room waiting to come up.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
how it
this is
works.
just the free version.
Yeah, that's with the free version. But like even with the paid version, you can get up to like I forget how many it said. I have to look it up again. But with the free version, you can have 6 on the screen and 4 in the green room.
Yeah.
Waiting to come up.
I know they offer you a whole bunch of other bells and whistles, like some background, I guess that it would be behind all the little squares.
Oh yeah, the templates.
So, yeah, I don't know. Right now I'm using the free version. I don't got the money. The extra $20 a month I can put towards groceries.
I think I'm going to go with the Zoom because it's like $15 a month. You can have up to like 49 people on the panel if you want to, and nobody stuck in a green room. And it gives you options like the virtual backgrounds, like green screen effects and things like that. So it's really nice actually for the price.
Yeah, but to use the green screen, your computer has to have i7 processor or greater.
I'm using a green screen, and mine's an i5.
See that now? Something about the Zoom.
It wouldn't let me. Mine's an i5.
Is you got to run?
Wait, are you using green screen or just the background though?
I'm using actual green screen. It's when you use the virtual background.
Oh well, when I went to try to use it, it told me my computer wasn't compatible or something. And it says you need to have damn, I got a Charlie horse. It told me I needed a core processor i7 or greater.
Yeah, see, I've got an i5 and it was working fine for me with the green screen. But without the green screen, it kind of digitizes a little bit because there's, I've got a bunch of shit in the background behind me. If I ain't got my green screen down, then you see all that. If you're trying to do the virtual background, it doesn't cut it out. Like a solid background behind you.
Well, I'll be back.
All right. Colin, it's good to see you, hon.
The one thing I did like about the free version is that there was no time limit on the free version, but it says is not restricted yet. So that might be something they go to in the future, is they actually restrict how long you can stream from StreamYards on the free version.
Yeah.
They'll probably end up doing it before long.
And well, see, the thing with Zoom is I was looking into it and it was like, you got to download or something. You got to download some stuff to run that. That's like, okay, well, I'm already,
It's kind of like Hangouts with that. You have to download Hangouts or get the Hangouts extension on your Google browser. But it's not too bad. Once you do it, it's not bad. And you don't have to have the paid version to get up on somebody else's Zoom panel. You just send you a link and it brings you right in. But
because what I was like, this I could do I can go back to doing like my paranormal wild card that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was running into, I was trying to talk and it was like I was doing all the talking and I couldn't have anybody up, who was really familiar with it. If I want to talk about Bigfoot or talk about something else, it was like I had to do all the talking and then it's like, okay, yeah, try to type everything in chat. It wasn't working.
Yeah. The one thing I don't like about the Zoom is the screen share. Like if I have you up on my panel and you want to screen share something, I have to okay it. And it screen shares to the full screen, not just your box.
Yeah.
Where Hangouts, if you screen shared and I didn't present you, it'd still come up in the main feed when you were talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That might be, I don't know, that might be something they throw in here in the future. Probably, it probably depends on how many paid subscribers they have compared to, people using the free version. But I'm sure that would be in something that would, that option would be paid version only.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's probably, StreamYard and Zoom is just the first two that I've found. I'm sure that there's probably other platforms out there that do the same kind of thing, and we still haven't seen what they're going to replace Hangouts with. There's talk that Hangouts is going to a paid platform, so it might actually be something that they're going to, up the bandwidth, tweak it a little bit, and then start charging people a monthly feed like this and Zoom. So it may come down to, the YouTubers that do the panel streams a lot would be beneficial to pay for one of these types, because otherwise, their channel goes south. You know what I mean? If they're used to doing panel streams a lot, then, they're going to want to find some way to get around the whole Hangouts being gone or having to pay for Hangouts.
Oh, the hell with that. I'll just not do friggin'
I found a couple of them, and they wanted $75 for that one for you to use it.
Well, see, and this is some of those kind of, I think was kind of holding me back a little bit. Since I'm doing live stream, I'm doing videos, but like I said, I could never do panels with, the Hangouts. So it's like you see all these other channels that are coming in that, have only been, it took me just about a year to hit 1,000, and they've been there for like 4 months, and they're doing, panels and all that, and they're, almost at 1,000 already.
And this is another service. It's called Smash Cast. That's another service that they got out now.
Is that a paid one, TJ?
Fallen Angel said
it's
screen
free,
share
but then you got to pay for it after so long.
Fallen is when you say screen share, do you mean like present, the old present and Hangouts?
No, it's like if I had something up on my computer I wanted to show you guys. I don't know, I haven't done it on my phone yet, but I have on the computer on the bottom next to the settings, it says screen share. And I can hit that, and then I can share what I have on my computer with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Now, one of the things I did like with the Zoom, the screen share feature, I can actually screen share. It's compatible with iPhone and AirDrop. So I can literally screen share my AirDrop right from my phone. Say I took a picture from my phone. I don't have to connect it to the computer, and I don't have to move the picture onto the computer and then bring it up and screen share it. I can literally just hit the screen share iPhone and throw it right from my phone onto the screen. It's kind of neat. So the Zoom is compatible with iPhone.
I'm not too sure how to do the thumbnail with this. And that's something I'll probably have to go in afterwards and add a thumbnail or.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing with Hangouts too, was the same way. You couldn't add your thumbnail until after the stream had ended and processed.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be the same thing with this, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll just get some pictures or something, and because that's what the last video I did, that Padre Hotel, I moved it from the computer because we're having internet problems where I upload. So I just moved, it was like 1.8 gigabytes. I moved it over to my cell phone and the thumbnail, and just doing it at 4G, it only took an hour and a half to upload that video. and that was like I said, 1.8 gigs, and
Patrick says,
I
I
was
have no
over.
clue what these guys are talking about.
Yes. We're just talking about these crazy programs, Patrick.
Don't use or whatever that's called, Periscope. They'll tell
Patrick,
you
I'm
it's free and
half
then
the
they'll
time I can't
charge you.
understand it either.
Well, YouTube is after the first of the month, Hangouts will be gone, which means if you use Hangouts to do panels on your channel, you won't be able to anymore. You're going to have to use either StreamYard, Zoom, or one of the other ones that's out there to be able to do panels on your channel. So you're going to have to learn a whole new program to be able to do what you was doing before that was so easy.
So let me ask you a hush-hush question on YouTube. So StreamYards, he's doing it from his phone.
Do what?
You're doing it from your phone. So now,
Yeah, I'm doing.
if you
I'm
didn't
doing it
have
from my phone.
100 subscribers, you could still be on your phone walking around, couldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which is an option that you didn't have with Hangouts. You couldn't do a panel from your phone. You had
right.
to have your laptop.
So,
Yeah.
so people who don't even have 1,000 could be walking around outside with a panel and be like on, doing a live that's actually live, not from your living room.
Yeah, it actually gets you. It does get you around that 1,000 subscriber rule because you're using a secondary app to stream from. Now that's because
that's what I said. That's the hush hush situation. But
it is because I know other people that have done streams and videos telling people how to get around that 1,000 subscriber rule in explicit detail, and they've gotten notices from YouTube telling them to take that video down or they'll take it down for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I found a way around it too because it's called Camera Live. You can do it from your phone, and there's another one. I forget what it's called.
And these programs that they're there's a few programs out there that will live stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch simultaneously. So you're doing streams on all three social media platforms, but it's the same stream on all three. And YouTube is actually cracking down on using that kind of thing. They don't want you, if you're live on YouTube, they don't want you live on Facebook and Twitch and D Live and all that all at the same time. They want the explicit content on their platform. So they're actually taking channels down for dual streaming.
Yeah, but then they
the way they fix that is get rid of that 1,000
that's what I
cutoff.
was going to say. Make it 500. I mean, before, what was it? 25, 40, something.
Actually, it started out as 100, and then they took the restriction away completely. I mean, when I started, I only I don't think I needed any. I could go live from the moment I logged on to YouTube with less than 10 subscribers from my phone. And then they Fallen Angel, that's something interesting. Yeah. But
I can hear you.
from I want to say it was February 18th when they changed the rules to where you had to have 4,000 watch time hours and at least 1,000 subscribers for monetization. And that was 2 years ago now, a little over a year ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when they put that rule into effect, they took away you having to have 100 subscribers to be able to go live from a mobile device.
That right there is what that is.
And then they bring this back, and literally, there was no warning about it. They was just like within a 3-day span, it was in place, and they didn't give us any warning. They just said, "Okay, now you have to have 1,000 subscribers if you want to go live from a mobile device," and they just dropped it in their lap, and it kicked in over a 3-day period across the lower 48, and everybody was pissed. I was literally doing networking streams like 3 times that week just to help people hit their 1K that was close to it and things like that. And we
Yeah,
Pauline,
because
welcome.
when I first started YouTube, I didn't know anything about the YouTube rules. I literally had 5 subscribers and really wasn't doing anything. And I went somewhere and I'm like, oh, it would be so cool to put this on YouTube. So I just watched a quick video and they're like, use Streamlabs. So I went live. Of course, I only had 5 subscribers, so nobody was there, but it uploaded to YouTube. And then, like, way down the line, someone's like, oh, how'd you do that? That's against the rules. I'm like, how the hell did I know back then with my whole 5 subscribers? So I, like, downloaded it and made it like a video with editing and re-uploaded it and, like, you know, just put the other ones unlisted. But you wouldn't know that when you just start because you're not doing this. Like, I didn't know any better. I was just like, oh, I thought it was like Facebook. You could put whatever you want, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, and they're really cracking down on a bunch of different things. It's like we do that conspiracy show on Tuesday nights, me and Lou Rock.
Yeah.
And now they're telling us that we can't use the word conspiracy in thumbnails or in the title for the show. I'm like,
So you can only put it in the description.
I don't even think we're allowed to put it in the description. Now, we can say it out loud. We can voice it. And it can be said in the chat, but we can't put it in the description, the title, or the thumbnail.
So putting conspiracy on a thumbnail is the conspiracy now.
Yes.
Evidently. And you know what? That's part of the things that we're going to talk about tomorrow night on the show. So.
Yes. You're going to have to call it the hush hush C word.
So I'm going to be looking up the guidelines on that and finding out about it.
I don't know if they're going to catch on to this right here, that camera 5 live, because I used it when I had my other channel, but I didn't have to worry about it. I had over 1K.
Yeah.
I mean, so far the show hasn't been demonetized or anything like that, but it seems like every one of my streams, if I'm live streaming or if I upload, it'll be the red triangle saying limited demonetization, and then you actually have to go in and force the manual review to get it to go monetized.
Well, if you had somebody like an advertiser advertising something like military gear, like you know, boots or vests or something like that, then they'd probably advertise in there.
I would think. I mean, they've got plenty of advertisers. You got everything from coffee to Ford, Firestone tires. Like, I've seen soap advertised and body wash and everything else there lately.
I'm gonna drop out of here, guys.
All right, Boomer, you're tired. Have a good night, sweetie.
Okay, you have a good night, Boomer.
Thanks for letting me in here, Greg.
Much love, brother.
Much love, brother.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming up.
Later on, Boom.
Take y'all later.
Have a peaceful night.
Yeah, Patrick, they're doing a lot of crazy things. I don't know why. You think that they would want to make money, so they'd want a whole bunch of people doing different things that are going to make them money.
Well, that's just it. They're planning on making money, but I think what their plan is to turn YouTube into a paid platform like Netflix or Hulu type thing.
Right. But you know, like I pay the $9.99 a month so I don't get the ads because I freaking do not have time to watch ads. So I'm like, and they said like, oh, they still give money towards the creators from the $9.99. So I was like, fine. So I pay them $9.99 a month. So, and imagine how many people are paying them that plus what they're getting, you know, from the bigger YouTubes and everything. So like, I'm like, I mean, if you tell me, look, you don't need the 1,000 subscribers, you don't need the 4,000 watch hours. If you pay $20 a month, I'd freaking pay it, you know, and be done. You know,
That might be where it goes to, because right now, they don't charge us to upload videos to their platform. I mean, it's all free to us. And then when we monetize, we start making them money and we can make money as well. So, say pre-monetization, you know, they could do something like that. They could say, oh, for $10 a month, you know, you would have access for faster upload speeds, which they do that. The YouTube Premium has faster upload speeds and things like that. But with the YouTube Premium, you get like, you know how Netflix has their Netflix production, you know, shows and things that they do.
Right.
With YouTube, they have their YouTube produced shows, like what's the one with the Karate Kid that they got done now,
Oh, yeah.
and all that. And it's exclusively on YouTube. You can't find it on Netflix. You can't find it on Hulu. If you want to watch that program, you have to pay for the YouTube Premium.
Yeah. Well, that's what I pay. Like YouTube, what do they call it? Red or whatever they call it. And
Red.
Like, then when I go on like music things, it will say you could buy tickets right there and stuff. And I'm like, wow, it gives you a whole bunch of options.
Well, now they got that
YouTube
Red. They got YouTube Kids and they have YouTube Music. So, I mean, and each one of them is a different charge.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, because
paying
I got the
$9.99
premium and they
a
keep
month.
throwing that music app, music thing at me.
And they literally shut my channel down, my first channel. Didn't let me have my money back or nothing. Shut it down for no reason.
Patrick says it's free here in Canada. Probably won't be free for long.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube itself, what we're on right now, is free here in America. But I just don't think it's going to be free very much longer. With all the changes and everything that they're implementing, at some point they're going to be like, well, if you want to be a channel, you got to either be monetized or pay us.
Yeah, but if you pay them, then you should be able to live stream wherever you want. You should have some other options to grow your channel.
Well, that's just like, okay, so none of us here are gaming channels, right?
Right.
Okay. So now with the gaming channel, they have the option at 1,500 subscribers that they can have the membership button. And that's just like a Patreon account. You can get your membership button. People can join, and they will pledge to support your channel like $5 a month or something like that through that membership button. Now, for a gaming channel, the requirements are, 4,000 watch time hours. You got to be monetized, whatever, and 1,500 subscribers. For one of our channels, the requirements are the same, except for you have to have at least 10,000 subscribers.
Wow. Right.
Why is it that the gamers only have to have 1,500 and everybody else has to have 10 grand? You know what I mean? It doesn't seem fair. And you would think if they wanted to make money, they'd make that level across the board. Same as the gamers, same for every channel.
Oh, yeah.
I personally, I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, just because my name isn't PewDiePie doesn't mean I couldn't have a membership button. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, and then the super chat, you have to have at least a certain amount too. So, and they make money off the super chat because they're taking a piece of it. You would think they would let you have it, on any live.
I mean, and super chat comes with the monetization. When you go into monetization, you get your super chat button. And like you said, they do take 33 1/3%.
Yeah. So that's
if somebody sends you $1, you're getting about 70 cents of it.
Yeah.
And then your payouts for your monetization won't come unless you hit the threshold, which is a minimum of $100. So if you don't get between the commercials that run on your videos and the super chats in that month's time, if you don't hit $100, it won't pay out until you do hit $100, which means, you know, it always pays out on like the 21st. So if by the 21st you haven't made $100, it won't pay out to the next 21st. So, I mean,
I looked into other platforms like YouTube today, and I'm telling you, some of them want it like I said, $75. Some of them want it $25. And then I went to use this one platform that's supposed to hook into YouTube, and it won't even hook into it.
Well, somebody told me about this other one. Like, you should do this just to put your stuff on there. So God forbid they shut down your channel or something. You have your stuff there. And it's called Minds. But they don't pay you. It's not exactly like YouTube. They don't pay you, but they have like some kind of, I guess, like DLive. They have some kind of like you get credits or something, and then people use the credits to do certain things with, depending on how much you upload and how many subscribers you get.
yeah, it sounds like what Twitch does over there too. You can buy like gems or something.
DLive is basically the same thing. That's why I gave up on it. I said I wasn't trying it.
But with DLive and Twitch, you get 100% of those. So if somebody sends you, say, like a Twitch, we'll call them beads. Each bead represents a penny. So if somebody sends you 100 beads, that's $1. But it's just like getting $1 super chat on YouTube. Okay, only on Twitch, they don't take anything away from it. They're not taking a percentage of your beads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you come out with an actual $1 instead of 70 cents.
Yeah, I opened up an account on Daily Motion. I haven't uploaded anything yet. I just got an account over there, so I'm not sure what I got to do to upload or allow me to upload.
But you got to watch you got to really get into what you're looking at. Like with Twitch, if you live stream a video on Twitch and you recorded it, you know, and you wanted to load it to your YouTube channel, you have to wait so many hours before you can do that, before you can upload it to, say, YouTube. Once it's up on Twitch for at least 24 hours, then you can upload it onto YouTube, but they want to capitalize on the first views on that video. So they've got some strange rules, but I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. You know, if YouTube ends up shutting us all down over here, there's many different places to go. So
I'll just put it this way: YouTube will never have me shut up.
Good night, Patrick. Thanks for coming in.
I got a backup platform, and I know I can use it. I just can't connect it to YouTube. That's the only thing that I hate about it, because all my videos that's on YouTube, I cannot switch over.
Right. Well, what you have to do is you download your video to your computer and then upload it to there. And you'd have to do it one at a time.
That's my problem. My education don't go that high.
Here's my prediction, though. Okay, now if YouTube shuts us down as creators or whatever, makes us go to a paid platform, there's going to be a lot of people leaving YouTube. My prediction is they're going to set up some kind of incentive program over on Facebook, and you'll be able to go live on Facebook and store there's already a video folder in your personal Facebook. It's all set up. You can do it now, but I'm looking for a monetization incentive on Facebook.
Right.
And I think that's probably where Facebook's going to end up going to. They'll end up with a monetization program through Facebook. Because most of the people who started out on YouTube started out on Facebook first and has a following over there before they ever had a YouTube channel. So.
Yeah. Well, that would be good, because Facebook, you could already just go live, do whatever you want. They don't have no rules. It's fabulous.
And like StreamYards will stream straight into Facebook. They're making these apps like Zoom and StreamYards and everything to be able to stream a panel just like this one right onto Facebook. So we could actually be doing the same stream on Facebook live right now instead of on YouTube.
Yeah, because they've already got Facebook has a thing where if like we got something going and they can go into like Messenger and make a donation.
Mm-hmm.
And the creator gets all of it.
Yep.
I don't think there's
the only drawback that I see with Facebook is that they charge for the promoting. Like if you put up a post, it only goes up to a percentage of the people that you're friends with on Facebook. And then they want you to boost the post by doing a $5, donation to whatever or to Facebook itself. And then they'll send it out to more people that, you're friends with.
Yeah, but you use Twitter as long as you have like the same following. Just get the people to follow you from Facebook, also on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Just Twitter it, promote your own stuff, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think I think I got maybe 30 people on Twitter.
That certain one I found called You Now, and it's a type that hooks up to like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. It hooks up to several different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But I think YouTube has blocked it, though, because now when I went to try to get it to hook to YouTube, it wouldn't work.
And that might be one of those ones that you can live stream on multiple at the same time. And that's probably why YouTube blocked it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They blocked it because you can do Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and something else.
Well, see what it is. Okay, now here's why YouTube doesn't like the fact that you can use that software to live stream on both YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time. Okay, because YouTube wants you to only live stream on theirs. That way, those people from those other two sites have to come to YouTube to see your channel. And when they come to see your channel, they're going to have to watch the commercials. They're going to have to, all that stuff. And that's where they're making their money. They're wanting people to come in. They're wanting them to watch the commercials. They're wanting them to watch the content, but on YouTube, not over on Facebook, not over on Twitch, but on YouTube. If you got, let's say you've got, you're streaming on 3 different social platforms, and you've got 50 people watching over on Facebook and 20 people over here on Twitch, and you got 16 people in your chat on YouTube, all at the same time. Imagine if you had those same 16 people from over here and the 30-some people from over here and all in the one chat. All of a sudden, you've got 120-some people watching your live stream on YouTube.
And they're missing out on the money. YouTube.
Yeah, when you're streaming on these other ones and people are watching over there at the same time, YouTube ain't making that money off of them. So yeah, it's about the money. It's definitely about the money.
Yeah, you could tell that when they changed it that you can't do it on a phone until you have 1,000 subscribers. That right there proved right there it was all about the money. To me.
Well, no, they are. I don't want to have a bitch fest on YouTube or anything, especially on Irish Whiskey's over here. But you guys are asking questions. I'm giving you answers. But some of the guideline changes that they've actually been implementing here lately have a lot to do with trolls, and that came about when that Attica jumped off the bridge and killed himself here last month.
Yeah.
And so they're implementing, like, if somebody comes into your channel and they're trolling you hard and your mods are reporting them for being in there, after they get so many reports on this one channel, the algorithm will pick it up. And they will be blocked from YouTube by IP address, which means they can't come back into your chat as a different channel. They literally block their router. so that they can't connect to YouTube anymore. So that's something that
But
trolls are
it's
gonna
a
have to deal with.
secret behind that. If you know what you're doing, you can always change your IP address.
Yeah, but well, some of those people probably don't know because most of the
And
trolls
they're
are young kids,
ignorant.
you know, or older, you know, people
Well,
who
I
are
mean, yeah, you're gonna have some tech savvy like hacker type,
right.
trolls out there, but it's gonna weed out a lot of trolls because
Yeah.
a lot of them are just punk kids running their mouth in the chat trying to get a rise out of somebody.
Yeah.
especially
And they
this
ain't
time of year
nothing
right
but
now.
talk. 'Cause all they're doing is sitting there typing on a keyboard. They ain't gonna do nothing.
But you know, since they started saying they were gonna do this, I haven't seen Carlos in one chat.
Oh, he was in JoJo's tonight.
Uh, but
But
that's
Carlos comes to
Carlos
JoJo's and he
with
pretty
friends,
much behaves himself because JoJo will give him the what for. But
right? But that Carlos, supposedly he's not all the Carloses. He's just that one Carlos.
right,
And I know
That
it's a
one
lie
Carlos who
because
goes to
I
JoJo's,
tracked IP
always goes to
addresses on
JoJo's,
them.
and he has
Yeah.
a certain amount of subscribers, so you know it's him.
right,
It's the other ones with the 1 or 2 subscribers, the 5,000 other ones that come into
Yep.
all the other chats. I haven't seen them for the
But
last
like
week now. They're very quiet. I'm like, oh, unless they're gonna
when
figure
it
out a
goes
way to
to
get around
him
it.
though, he trolled me so bad that I actually started running the IPs on there.
well,
And
it's
I don't
about
know
to get
how he
worse.
got so many, but he did.
It's about to get worse. I know that Agenda Free TV was covering another YouTuber committed suicide today
Oh man.
because of trolls. And it was if you go to Agenda Free TV on YouTube, it was a video they was just doing about an hour or so ago. And I forget the YouTuber's name now, but I watched a few minutes of it, and I was like, man, this trolling stuff is getting out of hand. YouTube's going to have to start doing something about it.
Yeah, and YouTube shut my channel down. But now this is what didn't make sense when I first started out. Okay, the people that shut it down, the trolls that shut it down, was sitting there doing drugs on live stream, and they're still got his channel now today, still doing drugs on it. But they shut my channel down for me trying to help somebody with drug problems. That's what I never understood about YouTube.
Well,
Well,
I'm hoping now they're gonna, and I'm sure Ghost, you agree. Before, because let's say the troll doesn't like me and they report my channel 5,000 times or whatever. I'm assuming YouTube is gonna look at it before they just say, "Oh, goodbye." Like, let
right.
me.
There'll be a number like, okay, say a troll comes in and it's just a moderate troll. He's not even real bad, and somebody just blocks him. Usually, when the first person blocks him, it's all good and he's gone. But usually, they'll come back under another name, and if that IP address comes up in the algorithm over and over, being blocked over and over, after so many, I don't know what the number is. It could be 50, it could be 100, could be 1,000. But if that IP address gets those hits, that algorithm will pick it up and block it from YouTube completely after a while. So,
Well, I'm glad to know that because, like, I used to get trolled bad. I have had 3 other channels. Like I said, the first one got shut down by trolls, and then I have these. And then I had 2 other ones, and I shut them down because the trolls was just kept hitting me, and they wouldn't quit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
the one
you
it
said,
is. It's a Carlos Martinez resurrected or reborn or something.
There's Carlos Martinez, the legend. There's Carlos Martinez resurrected. There's Carlos. There's like 60 different Carlos accounts
Yeah, because he trolled me bad.
between like
Every time I blocked
13 to
one, he'd come
16
back.
But you really think those 5,000 Carloses are really all the same person, or that's just they're using?
No, I know they're not. I know.
Oh,
No, there's no way. Because I'll tell you what, in this town right here, I know at least 2 people that have the name Carlos Martinez. Martinez is a I mean it's a big name. A lot of people.
Name.
just like Gonzalez. I mean, there's a lot of people with that last name, and
Well,
Carlos is a common
probably
name.
not even their real name. The
No,
channel's
so-
probably not even their real name. But you know,
Oh,
if you want to
okay.
find the majority of the Carlos Martinez channels, go over to Elvis Travels and watch one of his videos because that's where they're usually at.
But I had one. Was my third live stream, and I got a Carlos, and I was like, and I'm not mean to anybody, and we were playing game night, and I'm like, oh, Carlos, so this is how the game goes. Let's play. And everybody's like, you need mods, and I'm like, why? Like, if I want, I'll just delete whatever he said. But he didn't say anything. He just came in, and he was like, hey, and that was it. Hey, so I told him, we're playing this game, whatever, and then so I say the question, and he doesn't answer. He doesn't say anything else. I'm like, Carlos, you're still here? Do you know this one? We still didn't get the number one answer. And nothing. But I had one thumbs down on that live stream. So I'm like, oh, so he came in, he didn't say nothing, but he gave me a thumbs down. And I'm like, oh, okay. Gave me some more.
What you gotta realize about him, if you sit there and recognize that he's there and you just play like it ain't nothing wrong, he'll do that. He'll leave. I come to realize that. He'll just leave. I tried to be nice to him and it didn't work. It worked, but it came back with a different account.
You know, if you take Carlos with a grain of salt and you joke around with him a little bit, and, banter back with him, he's all right.
Yeah.
And him coming to my chats and things like that, when an actual troll comes in there, I'm like, look, buddy, you're barking up the wrong tree. You're on Carlos Martinez's turf. He's the only one allowed to troll in here, and they'll take it to heart. They'll leave your channel alone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have a problem with Carlos. Every once in a while, he actually does say something that's actually funny, But
Yeah.
then again, I get along with Lunatic Dad and JoJo, and we roast each other back and forth. So, I don't think he could say anything to us that we ain't said to each other yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
but but we're also adults. So
Right.
I think mostly the trolls that are bothering the younger of the YouTubers that are sensitive teenagers and young adults, they're the ones more likely, it affects them. Me, I don't know, I
the more
got 50
sensitive
million,
you are, the more sensitive you are, and there is a lot of sensitive people on YouTube that are easily offended or easily, oh, I'm left out, or oh, I'm getting overlooked, or and it happens.
Oh man, I used to snap on them. I got where I don't no more. If it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't be that way right now.
I don't get invited up on panels, or you guys are all in a clique, and there's favoritism. YouTube actually is like high school. If you want to get anywhere on YouTube, you have to find some way to make yourself popular. You have to put out content. You have to make your channel entertaining. You have to make it to where people want to come see what you're doing.
Right.
If you just get on your channel and boo-hoo and cry about not getting up on panels or not being in the clique, then nobody's going to want to watch you,
Right. Are these people, I go to their live streams and they're like sleeping or they're just eating, and I'm like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean,
I've had live streams that I went to, and it's like, it was a smaller channel, so it's like, I'm going to try to support this channel, but it's like you're looking at the cameras, it's pointing at a white wall, nothing, and you'll just type in like hi, and it's like some guy will come run over, and he's like, oh hey, and he'll go run back over, and you can hear him playing a game, and it's like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, at least show us the game so we see what you're playing, if you're a gamer stream.
Well, and that's what I was saying. It's like, okay, we're on Irish Whiskey's Paranormal right now. We're doing a panel. We're just chatting and talking about YouTube BS and all that stuff. But he puts out content. I've seen him out on explorers and ghost hunts and things like that, and it's interesting. But that's why I go to his channel. I lurk in the streams. You never know when I'm going to be here. Sometimes I don't even type in the chat, because when I type in the chat, I got 150 people going, "Hey, Ghost Mafia," and then I'm saying hi back to them, and I feel like I'm taken away from Irish. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit,
And-
Ghost, I'd love to have 150 in a chat.
But you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
if Irish's channel was just him going live and folding his laundry every day and talking to the camera, nobody wants to watch just some guy folding his laundry. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to put things out that are interesting. You got to do different things. You got to mix it up sometimes. Sometimes it's great to just do something unexpected, like break it up a little bit. Like, I'm a ghost hunter, but one day I might go live and be building something out in the backyard, and be like, oh, this is something different. What's going
No
on?
offense, Ghost Mafia, but some of the people that's been with me since I started my channel, they actually watch me sleep because they're scared that I'm gonna stop breathing, because I really do stop breathing for 17 seconds. I'm legally dead. And I had them actually stay on there for like 5 hours trying to get a hold of me.
Yeah, see, I couldn't do that. I couldn't leave the camera on me while I was sleeping. I snore too loud.
Nah, I just pass out. I'll have a seizure or something, and I'll just pass out. Not even knowing it's on.
I am still trying to get better with streaming, but my internet stinks, so it will go in and out. But you know what? I know what you mean. Trust me. I've got the backwoods Wi-Fi too. We're keeping our fingers crossed.
I got a switch phone.
Here last month when the internet was off and I was using my data on my phone with like JoJo and Brian, I've got their information. I could actually take their channel live right now and do a takeover on their channel, just like they can do mine. They've got my information to log into mine, and I'm so happy to have family like that I can trust with the passwords for my channel and things like that. Where if I'm doing a live stream and all of a sudden I lose internet, they can literally go in, save the stream, keep it going until I can get back in there. Things like that, and I can do the same for them. So I'm doing live stream.
That fixed that problem.
Yeah, but to the point that you were saying was like, I do paranormal stuff, but when I do my live streams, like the first one, they were like, oh yeah, do the spirit box, whatever, take out your haunted items. And I did. But then after that, I'm like, everybody's doing the spirit box live, like if I want to hear the spirit box, I'll go to Lou's, or I kind of like Francis's paranormal. She has some lot of activity, so I'll go over there. I'm like, but it's like overwhelming to listen to like spirit boxes like 3 times a day on different live streams. It's overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to do it on my live stream. So I do
why
cards, and I do
like doing like the paranormal talk show type setting. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's why I'm like, I've been reading cards and like playing games on my live stream, because I'm like, and it breaks it up, and it's fun and it's relaxing.
Yeah, it's like we'll be doing EVPs Thursday on my channel, me and Brian. And I think this week what we're going to do is we're going to have, I want to get Nero up there. I want to get Aniki up there and Lady Swan up there. And we're going to talk about being locked into the prison there night before last.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to go over, share some of our thoughts, what we felt. Lady Swan got touched. She got pushed. Nero got scared right out of the sugar shack in the basement. Of the
Oh, son of a bitch. Sorry, Ghost. I was sitting here, and all of a sudden I heard it sounded like something was running underneath the truck, and the damn sprinklers turned on. I was like, what the fuck?
So yeah,
Go
we're
ahead,
gonna,
Ghost. I'm
we're gonna
sorry.
do that on Thursday. It's kind of a I hadn't put that out there publicly yet, but I'm breaking it out on Irish's channel.
There you go.
But yeah, we're gonna share our experiences in the West Virginia State Penitentiary, being locked in there for like 8 hours the other night. So, but yeah, I know what you mean with the spirit boxes. You can only take so much of that, you know.
Yeah, and you know what bothers me too? Then everybody has a different one. So here I just listened to the SB7. I go to another channel. They're doing the portal, and then I'm like, oh my god! Now I have to set myself up to listen to that, and then I go to Lou's channel. I'm like, I can't even understand anything anymore. I don't even know what box I'm listening to. Like I'm like, wait, okay, no, this one is the, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's enough. And then sometimes you have leftovers that are still trying to talk to you from the first spirit box you were on, and you're like, okay, enough. Although we did do something fun on I was on Haunted Trucking's panel, and he was testing StreamYards, and Fallen Angel was there, and we each of us did the spirit box, so we could see like we were in all different places. So, and we each had a different spirit box. TJ had the S box. I had the SB7. Haunted Trucking had the SB11, and so so we were seeing like if the spirits were like could connect, or so that was kind of cool.
I tell you what, we was in that penitentiary down to that basement. I tried. I had the SB11 spirit box with me. I turned it on. I tried. I could not get any. I mean, we're talking 125-year-old prison that has sandstone walls that are 6 foot thick, and we're in the basement of the place, underground. Yeah, there was no reception. There was nothing coming through that box. I said, well, if we get something from this box, it's got to be legit because it's not picking up any radio signals down here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened when I was at the Padre Hotel. We went to we were on a second floor. There was like a patio, and I turned it on, and John was there, and that's all we were getting. There may have been a spirit response in there, but there was just so much radio bleed, we couldn't get nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to do this here. I'm going to shut it down. We went downstairs, same spot, like just right under where we were, and there was like absolutely no radio, no nothing.
Yeah.
And so it's like every response that we got.
Yeah. In order for the SB7 and SB11 to work, you have to have some radio frequency pickup. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're using to communicate is those words. You know, when it comes across the frequency, let's say there's a commercial about Fords on there. You'll get a word truck, and then it'll hit the next frequency, and somebody will say water. You know, and that's how they manipulate. You know, it's kind of how it works. But
and welcome to the house, Jenna.
Radio stations.
Hello.
All you're going to hear is
Greetings, everyone. Hi, Greg.
Hello.
Hi, Ghost. Hi, TJ. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Jenna. How are you?
I'm existing. Thank you. How you doing, honey?
I'm very good. Thank you.
I can't see the chat. Bugger nuts.
And it was, Ghost, it was the same thing when we were out in the desert. We hit a cemetery, and we're way out there in the desert, in the mountains. And as far as like radio reception, it was pretty much non-existent. So a lot of what we were getting was pretty relevant to what we were asking.
Basically, it's got like a Bermuda Triangle.
No, I did. I was using the iOvulus, and I got some stuff through the Ovulus that was kind of relative when we was in the cafeteria area of the prison and things like that.
Ouch.
But
because here it picked up way too much radio, but I sent it to TJ, and when he played it the other night, I'm like, oh my god, it works wonderful. It depends on the area.
Yeah.
Because if you have
I live out in the country.
Yeah, like you have to be out in the country. You can't be in the city with that.
I'll be down in the hollers.
Yeah, see, I'm down in the holler, and even here, I'm clear down in the bottom of the holler. I've got 1,800 foot high hills on both sides of me. So if I turn on that SB11 right now, all I'm going to hear is static.
Right.
I mean, unless there was a radio station literally right in my backyard, it wouldn't pick it up. The antenna
Right.
is too small. I'd have to run it outside and run it up an hour or something and put a little alligator clip on the antenna in here and to be able to pick something up.
Right.
See,
And
and
that's why
that's
it
why
wasn't
I
good
never
for the
put.
city.
That's why I never go to AM on my my SB7, because around here AM it's all talk radio, and I can pick up Reno, I can pick up LA,
I was going to say
Arizona.
I would think that would work better on AM, especially after dark, because you could pick up a radio station for hundreds of miles on AM after dark.
Oh yeah, but then it's like decipher what is talk radio and what is spirit talk.
Well, put the box on reverse. It will be easier to know.
Well, that's where you turn up. You know how you can set the scan speed. Turn it up to its highest speed, so you're only picking up syllables off of each channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's like, what was it, 250 or 300?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the fastest.
The 250 on the
AM.
AM, right? It's
But I'm gonna get that that little.
Oh, did you see the link? Because I dropped it in her chat.
Yeah, I watched it and I liked the video, so I can go back.
Yeah, and he sells them on eBay. He has a shop on eBay. That's where I got it.
Did you buy the circle or did you buy the oval?
I bought the circle, but you got to get the one that has the dual crystals.
Yeah, the oval one.
He makes them in all shapes, but it's just the design. But you just got to make sure it says the dual crystals, and they're all the same price. But get the one that says the dual crystals.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, and I'll be trying that out and see if it. I'll be using it on the spirit box, but I'm gonna also use it on
what it was intended for. Yeah.
Yeah, I got another digital recorder because the one I had it was good, and I got a little bit, but I could set when John was doing his EVPs and I was doing mine, it was like all you could hear was me talking. But when John was using his was at VN 541 or whatever, you could actually hear more. So it's like, damn it, John, I got to get one of those.
I have in Irish, and this is you're old enough to remember these. Remember crystal radios?
Yeah, I built one.
Okay, I want to build a crystal radio. I'll probably do it this winter, but maybe after my channel starts making a little bit more revenue and things like that, gets more videos out there, and start making a little bit more revenue on the channel and stuff. But I want to start buying the components to build my own crystal radio. It does not take power. It runs solely off of crystals. And it's an AM radio, and you just turn it to a frequency, but it's so easy to pick up on that. Like you can get bleed over from a walkie-talkie down the road or whatever, but I would think that would be one of the coolest things to get spirit communications on, because it's not running on electricity. It's running on crystal power.
Yeah.
Right. That's why
I built one. If you live out in the sticks, so you probably still got 4-H there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what when I was growing up, I was in the 4-H, and that was one of our projects was to build a crystal radio.
Yeah.
And I built my crystal radio, and then I'd hook it up to a metal wire, and I'd want it from one clothesline to the other, so it would be like 30 feet long, and I'd hook it up to that, and I'd be getting all kinds of channels.
See, I want the crystal oscillated to where you can tune it. Instead of just picking up one frequency and moving the radio like the old handheld models, I want to be able to tune it to like 666 megahertz on the AM and see if anything comes through. Just start asking questions, see if anything comes through that radio.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I mean, now crystal radios, if you go on to like eBay or something like that, some of those crystal radios nowadays are really, really fancy, really ornate, and they're really a novelty, and they're getting expensive because not a whole lot of people make them. But you can find the plans to make your own online, and I'm going to try to do it up real nice and fancy and all that. And I want to see if I can't make a crystal radio spirit box. Now it isn't
Yeah,
going
mine was just a kit.
If you
Yeah, in the hobby stores, they have the kits, I think, Ghost. I've seen
Yeah,
them,
well,
but
that's what mine was. Mine was a
search
kit.
for
And
those
it was like,
old-fashioned hobby stores.
oh, this was back in the mid '70s. It was like maybe $3 or $4, and it was a kit.
I had the old, remember the Steve Rogers? It was the white crystal radio set. You just had the one earbud plugged into it. You could like take, had like a wire on an alligator clip, and you'd plug it on like, a post that was stuck down in the ground, and then you start.
Yeah, there was no headphones. It was like you use one of those things that came with like the little transistor radios.
Yes, a single.
You plugged it in, and you just had one. You put in one ear.
That one little earbud, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember those.
little brown things, or some of them were white.
You just got to make sure that you got a really good ground, and then that thing will work like a charm. But yeah, I want to build a crystal radio this winter and kind of test it out and see what we can't get coming through it. You never know. It might be the newest fad in paranormal fields is the whole crystal radio thing. I don't think people really think about it, but I mean, it's powered off of crystals, So
yeah. Well, I doubt you're going to find them on any ghost supply websites.
Right. That's the thing I like to do is take unconventional things and attribute them to paranormal research. Things like crystal radios and compasses and things like that. The more you can take out the human factor in things, the better the evidence is going to be. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you what. I got the
take the pendulum
grid lights
and get it to answer questions and things like that. But nobody ever takes like a glass dome, hangs the pendulum in it, and sets the globe down, and then asks questions, to see what the pendulum is going to do. So
what I was thinking about doing is taking one of those and just getting some heavier gauge copper wire and making like a little stand for it. That way, nobody's touching it. It's just a copper wire, and you could maybe just put your fingertips on the base of the copper wire, so nobody could say, "Well, you're moving your arm." Well, no, I'm just barely touching with my fingertips, and it's the crystal is moving on its own.
Yeah, anytime you can take the human factor out of it,
Pieces where they hang. Like on Etsy, like I saw a seller that had it, and it looked like back in the day when it would have like a few balls, and the balls would swing back and forth when you hit one, and they would hit together. It looked just like that, but it just had where you would hang your pendulum, and it came with a mat. So I thought that was cool because then, I don't have steady hands, so I'd be holding that thing and be shaking all over the place. That's why I don't get one. But
I would get myself in the head.
I actually, one of the things you can do is if you have a tripod, you can set up your tripod with a camera on it in one location and then have another camera pointed back at your tripod. But usually on the tripods, underneath where the tripod legs come together, there's usually a hook underneath there where you can put like a weight so it keeps the wind from knocking the tripod over or whatnot. Now, you can go to any hardware store and get what they call a plumb ball. Okay. And that's for making sure your walls are plumb when you're building a house and things like that. And it's basically just a brass weight that attaches with a string, and you tie that onto that hook and let it hang underneath there. And if you start asking questions and that thing starts moving around, well, there you go. There's no human hand holding that string. It's attached to a tripod. And if it's still and you start asking questions, this starts moving back and forth. Well, you just took the human factor out of it. So it can't be fake.
Right.
So what do you think, Jenna?
I've never heard of crystal radios ever.
No? Oh,
Never.
Have a great night,
Google crystal radios. You'll be amazed.
Oh shit! I didn't even see them. Oh my gosh! Everybody's talking here.
Don't
I
feel
didn't even
bad. I
see
ain't
that.
never
I'm
heard of
sorry.
it either.
I'm sorry I missed some of the chat. I can't see. I'm on my iPad. The iPad, as my niece calls it.
Oh,
'Cause
good
she's
night, Terry.
Australian.
You had to go.
Let me mute.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Fallen Angel's going. Okay.
Yes.
Night, Amanda. Love you. Take care. Have a good evening. Sleep
Thanks for
well.
coming in.
Terry, you're
Folks in
leaving
here.
too?
No, I've never heard of the crystal radio. So, what's actually it's actually the power actually comes from the crystals
Yes.
that runs it.
Yes.
And when was this? When did it start? Like in the 50s, 60s, 70s,
Oh,
or
he's been around since
even before that?
20s. Yeah.
Even
Wow.
before that, even when actually, the first radios that would transmit and receive, they used crystals, and they would just slice them into really thin wafers.
Yeah. They would actually tune. Well, most of your old 1970s CB radios, each frequency on the CB, 1 through 40 or 1 through 23, depending on what model you had, each frequency was a crystal.
Oh wow.
So you could actually go out. I had radios where I went out and had crystals added to the board so that you could pick up the RC channels in between channels. I've had crystals added to radios so that you could go past 40 and things like that. So the whole crystal concept has been around for a long time. But with the crystal radios, like the AM crystal radios that we're talking about, you didn't even have to have a battery in them to make them run. Now, they wouldn't be very loud. They wouldn't amplify it or anything like that, but you could hear, you ever heard the stories of people getting fillings in their teeth and complaining that they hear radio stations?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Same concept.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so freaky. Because
Sorry
I
for
collect
hollering a
radios.
few minutes ago. I thought my dog was a goner because I got my bed on center blocks and 2x4s. He goes up underneath it, and I thought he got squished.
Oh geez. Is he okay?
Yeah, he didn't get squished. He was just moving. And what it is a computer chair. And when he went to go come out from where he was at, he hit the computer chair, and I thought it was the board he hit. So I
Oh
thought he
gosh.
knocked the board out from under the bed.
Oh geez.
He's done been squished by this bed one time. Luckily, he's got on my side where the center blocks was before it really squished him.
Well, you think he would have learned his lesson after the first time?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think so.
that dog's hard headed.
I actually was maybe I should take some pictures.
Yeah, I'm going to try it, Mittens.
I've inherited two really old radios. One is my grandma's, and she died in '94. She was 94 years old. And my next door neighbor, she died 14 years ago or so. And I believe it's either 1921 or 1922. One of the large, huge radios. It actually still works.
Tube type.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I was
have
going to
to
ask
get-
you about that, Ghost. Some
I
of them had
actually have
tubes.
some of the tubes have to be one of them has to be replaced, but it still works.
Do you know which tube it is? Because I have a guy out here where I know. Okay, so here where I live, the guy bought a storefront that's right across from the county courthouse. And when he
Okay.
bought the storefront, it used to be a television repair facility, and the whole basement was filled with brand new old stock tubes.
Oh my god.
And he has every tube you could ever imagine. I used to go in there and get the 6LQ6s for the Palomar 321 that I had for my linear. And I could get them cheap.
Yeah, I inherited two toasters. One was actually from what was it, 1899, and the other one is like 1920s or so. One of them was stolen, but the two radios that I have, I can't remember how old my grandma's was, but the oldest one that I do have, the big tube standing one, a couple of the knobs are missing, and the tube and everything. The cord is fantastic. The neighbors, because we took care of her, she she just said take it. They were going to sell it for $15.
I
Lord,
love
that
those
thing's
old.
worth 150, if not more.
I love those
Yeah,
tube type radios when you first turn them on and you hear it, just the tubes warming up and that sound that gives out.
that buzz. It's that rumbling buzz sound.
It's like
Yeah,
a static charge up. You know what I mean?
I'll
It's
have to
like the
pull
And a
it
like
lot
out.
of people collect them.
just like those old TVs when you used to turn them off. You turn them off and you see the picture shrink all the way down to a little dot in the center, and that
Mhm.
dot would glow for like a minute
Yes, I
after
remember
you
that.
turn the TV off.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
seen
should take some
somebody
pictures
one
and
time,
send
I
some
was
to you.
watching a show, and they had some TVs like that, right? Every one of them they had went through, hand done them, redone them and stuff where they worked, and they had them playing and stuff. And it was a guy that collected radios too, like that, and every one of them would play. And he had them set up that way.
Jerry Cope says, my boys have fillings in their back teeth. I'm going to ask them if they can hear radio. LOL. I'm curious now. Actually, when people was reporting that, that was back in probably the 20s and 30s, and they would
Yeah,
use like solid silver or gold for the fillings. Nowadays, it's actually a lead tin silver mix, and so
yep.
it's not as conductive and all that nowadays. You don't hear as many reports of that as with.
Well,
Some of it is
I
zinc and
remember hearing.
titanium.
I mean, people that would get braces in the late '70s and early '80s, they could hear
Mm-hmm.
the radio. But
I'm sorry, that would get on my nerves. I hear enough things in my head.
Okay, Jenna.
Yeah, well, they've changed the type of metals that they put in for the fillings now compared to what they used to.
Yeah, I'm just
yeah,
lucky. I told them to pull all of mine, and I don't have to worry about them now.
yeah, I don't
But
think they
what
use
mine
silver
was
anymore.
from, mine wasn't from doing nothing bad. It was because I've been taking medication since I was 3, and it caused my teeth to decay over time.
You see, with my luck, if I had the fillings to pick up radio stations, it would probably be something like Nickelodeon, and I'd be hearing Baby Shark play in my head 24 hours a day. You know.
I know. Or I'd get, in my luck, you'd get that, and I'd get sports radio, and I'd have like a heart attack. Then I'd go and do what TJ did, just take them all the hell out. I can't listen to sports.
But I ain't even lying. I get enough voices in my head. I don't need no radio for that. And I'm not meaning like crazy voices, but like spirits and
Oh my
stuff.
God, Ghost Mafia! My daughter walks around playing that damn song. LOL.
That's the only thing I don't mind that the kids got older now, because, you know, my kids too, especially, they found one show that they liked, and it was over and over and over and over the same thing. And I was like, I cannot watch the stupid Elmo being a princess, you know, 10 times in a row. You want to kill yourself.
Oh, I'll tell you what's even worse than that is my first wife, her dad, he lived with us, and he would watch the Perry Mason reruns, and he knew exactly what time, what channel, every day, and it'd be like 4 or 5 times a day, every day. It just Perry Mason rerun, 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 rerun. And it's like, You'd be like, holy shit! What you're watching it, and if you made any noise, you'd be like, shh, be quiet, be quiet. I'm trying to hear the TV. It's like you just watched that show 3 days ago. You already know what happens.
Oh, I couldn't. Man, when I was a kid, I'd be at my grandparents' house on like the weekend or something, and Saturday night Disney came on. Like the Disney movie, and
Yes.
waiting for that Disney movie, you had to wait through like Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom,
Yep.
like and Hee Haw.
Yep.
And Lawrence
That
Welk.
was us. We did the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
had the Mutual of Omaha, Lawrence Welk, and Hee Haw before
Yes.
you got to Disney.
Before you got to Disney. Yeah.
I was like, I think every Sunday at my grandma's.
Yeah, now are making me feel young.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was Sunday, and I remember my favorite one, and my sister's was Mr. Boogedy. And we made my mother tape it on VHS, and we watched it all the time. So we actually drove my mother crazy too. Now that I think about it, because we wanted to watch Mr. Boogedy. And
I
then
think Jenna remembers it too.
Yep.
Who's Mr. Boogedy?
Well, when I was young, my mom was bedridden, so
on the Sunday night one time, Disney thing. It's a Disney, show that they made for that. And they came up
every
with a number
Sunday they
2.
had the Wonderful World of Disney on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't remember Mr. Boogedy.
Oh God, you have to watch Mr. Boogedy just once, Jenna.
that's the reason I can't remember. And if I watched anything as a child, because my mom was bedridden and we took care of ourselves, if she got mad, we got hit in the head with a phone or a O2 tank, whatever she could grab.
And then if
we never got time to watch TV.
If you actually didn't fall asleep during the Disney show, do you remember what came on after? It was,
I know it came on Friday nights.
It was Roy Rogers.
Oh.
King of the Cowboys. And they'd have the shorts on there from the space shorts. What was it? Buck Rogers. Shorts in there.
Oh, jeez. I'll give you Elmo. Oh my gosh.
Oh, but that Elmo, and they made him, they made these movies, and they were 2 hours of Elmo playing the princess, Elmo doing this, and 2 hours, and then they'd watch it 4 times in a row, and you'd hear Elmo's voice in your damn sleep. And then my mother went and bought them Tickle Me Elmo. I'll never forget. Oh man, I hid every battery in the damn house after 2 hours. I was like, "There's no freaking way." There's no way.
I don't blame you there.
I wonder how many haunted Tickle Me Elmos there are out there.
Ooh.
I don't actually. My son, I still have it. I think in like the shed, and he's always like, "Mom, why didn't you ever let us play that Tickle Me Elmo?" I was like, no.
Tickle Me Elmo.
We would get the ones that they would try to pull off the shelves right away. Like, what was it? They had the Teletubbies doll that they did a recall on because you'd like press the button and they would go bag it. And, like they pulled him off the shelf because it sounded like he was saying faggot.
Right.
And it was actually some kind of French word because they were French or whatever. But it sounded like he was saying that. So we went out, we got that, we had that. We had the Tickle Me Elmo, the Sleep and Snore Erminy, the Bananas in Pajamas thing,
Oh,
we had the Teletubby one, like all those ones that were like everybody was clamoring to get, we'd end up getting.
As a gag gift, me and my mom, we bought my dad Lala, the Tickle Me, not Tickle Me Elmo from the Teletubbies.
Mm-hmm.
My cat, he's passed on now. He had an affinity and a crush on Lala. And he was fixed. My sister was actually moving to Hong Kong in not even a week. And it was just a gag birthday gift, and he got his real present, but he was just, why would you spend $40 on this silly toy? Because every morning, because my sister was a nanny for 3 years, so we got to know about Teletubbies and everything. Well, every morning at 6 o'clock, Teletubbies comes on. We caught my dad watching it. We were laughing so bad. I'm not kidding. My cat jumped 7 feet plus 8 feet high to the bookshelf, knocked Lala down, and because of that plastic face, you heard the thunk. We caught him in a compromising position, and my sister came out and I said, "I told you he does this." She didn't believe me that he was trying to hump my stuffed animals, and we were like, "You're getting nasty with Lala." We actually, he didn't do nothing. Everything was fine. Lala was good. We donated to a woman's shelter so that a kid could enjoy Lala. But yeah, that was the last thing of Lala. Just had to interject that in. That was funny as heck, though. To see an animal go after Lala.
I think every dog's had one. See, one of our dogs we got fixed, which was the one that was back here. He's a Yorkie pug, and then we got a Basset hound.
A
We didn't
Yorkie
get
pug.
him fixed, and he's grouchy. I'm telling you,
Oh,
he's bit my dad several times, blood running everywhere.
oh, that's not good. Little cheeky
No,
bugger.
we think that's why we should have had him fixed, and my dad wouldn't let us do it.
Yeah, you have to get the animals fixed due to cancer reasons, just in case.
Yeah.
Irish, this is the best test live stream you ever had.
I know.
And
It's like I was thinking maybe 30 minutes, but shit, I'm just gonna roll with it. Just keep it
Yeah.
going.
Keep
think
13
Irish is
Hey,
people.
shameless.
I appreciate you coming up on my panel the other night.
Oh, you're welcome. It was awesome.
Yes, we had a good time.
I'm still having the flashbacks to Mutual of Omaha and the Prudential commercials. Remember them?
And
Oh,
Snoopy.
and that stupid duck. Do they still have him? That Aflac duck? Oh man.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was-
Like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Still showing those commercials.
I'm sorry.
haven't seen the
I'm not
commercial in
cruelty to animals or anything. I just feel like grabbing it by the neck and duct tape its mouth shut sometimes when them commercials come on.
Mar-
Oh, I'm glad, Misty.
What was the other one
Mutual
that they had on there?
Ellen Perkins or something from
Mer-
Mutual
yeah,
Omaha.
Perkins. Yeah,
I just could not imagine that
Explorer.
old man in a suit out there with out
Marlon
in Africa.
Perkins. Yep.
I'm just sorry that duck. I just had to. I would have to shut it up. That thing, just the way it sounds, it gets on your nerves. That's the reason I stopped watching TV. I don't watch TV no more.
You got to remember, this was back in
YouTube's
the
all I
time
do.
it wasn't cable television. You had
Yeah.
in your radio stations. If you had money, you might have actually had like an antenna up on top of the house with a rotor you turned inside to turn the antenna, and you would have to tune in one particular station. You might have got channel 6, channel 10, and it's like channel 41, and that's the only channels you got. That was
Oh
it.
yeah, and that was like a state of the art antenna.
Yeah.
Those directional ones. Yeah, those were.
41 would have been
That's
Hey,
back
you
when
want
you
me
still
to tell
had.
you something?
You had TVs that had some. They were kind of like some of them were solid state, and
Us
a lot of them
rednecks
were
figured
tubes.
a good way out.
And if your picture tube went out, you were looking at $300, and $300
With
back in
them
like
kind of
1972 was
rotators,
a lot of freaking
with
money.
I know people that still got some.
Yep. We had our TV antenna, and it actually got hit by thunder and hit the
Still
roof and
uses them,
caught a fire.
but they what they do is submit the things.
I'll tell you what. I had
Like,
a
I have
VCR.
seen them
Yeah,
take these
right.
copper tubes and like make them like almost 20 foot long outward. They live down in the holler.
Well, they used to have VCRs, and it's like
Because like they
they
don't
they
have
had
no
they had
cable TV,
remotes.
no nothing because they live down in the holler so far that cable don't run down there.
You know, these VCR, and I traded a car. I got, basically what I paid for it, and like $25 extra, and I got a VCR that had a remote. It was a remote VCR, but it wasn't a remote like what they got today. It was the one you had to plug into the VCR, and it only had a 6 foot cord.
Yep, I remember those.
So you could use the remote, but you'd have to be within 6 feet of the VCR to use the remote. And I was always thinking, why not just go over there and push the fucking button?
Yeah.
If you got to walk halfway across the room, 3/4 of the way across the room to pick up a remote and use it, you're 5 feet away from the VCR.
Me and my sister were my dad's remote control. Change the channel,
Life
hon.
after
Change
life.
the
How
channel.
are you?
Okay, I'm gonna say, hold on, guys. Samantha, welcome. I'm gonna put a link in the channel if you want to come up. You are more than welcome.
That reminds me of when my parents first got HBO, and I was really, really little.
Which one are you talking about? The one that just came in?
And
Yeah,
you
life after life TV production. Samantha,
and you
there's
had
the
the
link.
little
You wanna come
AB
up?
box, and you had to switch it, if when you wanted to get HBO. So it was like a whole separate thing, and like the whole neighborhood came over. I remember when we got it because it was like, oh, you're rich because you got HBO. It was this little tiny AB box, and you would switch it back and forth. And the first thing we saw on there was The Incredible Shrinking Woman. Yep.
We didn't get cable until I was almost 18. And we
Life
didn't have
After Life
MTV.
TV. I showed you some love on your channel.
But do you guys remember what was on Friday nights at all? In the 70s and stuff? Carol Burnett's, Sha-Na-Na, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shauna, yeah.
Yeah. Those were the best memories I had visiting with my cousins and stuff.
I can remember staying up on Saturday nights. You had like some show, and then Saturday Night Live, and then after Saturday Night Live went off the air, you had the spooky movie, like one horror movie night of the week, and you'd stay up, and try to stay awake through all of Saturday Night Live, and if you stayed up, you ended up falling asleep watching the spooky movie.
Samantha, that's okay.
You
We're
pulled
all
out the-
half
you
asleep.
pulled out the hideaway bed in the couch in the living room, got in there, got the popcorn out, and was watching the spooky movie, and you'd end up crashing on the hideaway living room. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, Samantha, I mean, it's okay. You can come up. You don't just what you do is turn the your video camera off. But yeah, you're welcome to come up. You're more than welcome to come up.
Okay, this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Samantha's
can you help me, Ghost Mafia?
she's from Ireland, so big time
I
difference.
went to go click on my channel and refresh it, and
Mhm.
it's like showing a bunch of crazy stuff.
Try refreshing it again. See what
Yeah, we had
I
in
can't
this
see
area
nothing
we
on.
had
Oh no.
Elvira,
I
Mistress of the
remember
Dark.
Elvira, yes.
Yep.
I love watching that. I mean, she would always show these corny horror movies, and she would literally just rip them to pieces. And it was so much fun watching her do that.
And Tales from the Crypt
Yeah,
with that fake
the Crypt
puppet
Keeper.
skeleton. The crypt, yeah.
Okay.
1 second.
I used to love that other one. What was it? The Amazing Stories, and like every week they'd have a different one, and they were like a little spooky and stuff. at that age anyway.
Yeah, but back when I was probably in
I
junior
know you
high, the
know a
first
lot
part of
about
high
the
school,
OBS.
when we got cable, and that was back when MTV was actually music videos, and then at the top of the hour and the bottom of the hour, you'd have like a 3 minute music news clip, and
Mhm.
you would just jump right back to music videos.
Dark Shadows. Yep.
Yeah, I was just my mother used to watch Dark Shadows and she loved it. And but she was working at the time and it used to come in on at 3:30 in the afternoon when it first came out. And she used to say she was sick every day at 3 so she can run home and watch Dark Shadows because we didn't have like
There was,
VCRs and stuff back then.
there was what was it? Rod Serling. Oh, Christ, what's the name of it? You know,
The Twilight Zone.
yeah, the Twilight Zone. And then there was Twilight Zone, and then there was another one that was something like Twilight Zone. It was like
Dark Shadows?
No,
well, Dark Shadows was the actual. It was a
Star Wars.
opera, but there was like the dark side. Like it would literally start out with like a picture of a tree in the background, but they would put it negative, so everything that you're seeing was like black, and it was white behind it. It was like a opposite.
I remember that one. I didn't know what it was called, but I remember.
Shit, I can't remember the name of it. Damn it!
Did it
I
come
know what
out in
you're
the
talking about.
mid 80s,
Was
90s?
they on acid when they made that one?
That's what I'm thinking. It was kind of like an acid like photo, but it was like I can't remember the name. It was dark something. It wasn't Dark
Was it
Shadows.
like was it then back in the
wasn't Dark Shadows, it
70s
was,
or 60s?
The Dark Side or something like that. It was like
No, it wasn't the dark side. It was Outer Limits.
Outer Limits.
Outer
Yeah.
Limits.
Yeah, there was Outer Limits too, and then there was another one that was the Dark Side or something like. Outer Limits was the one that had the clocks and shit floating across the stream.
Yeah,
and
you got
the
Outer
Twilight
Limits, and you
Zone
got
was just like it. It had like the door opens up and the clock flies through and all that stuff too. And
Oh gosh. Oh man. Somebody
Tales from
But
Google
they
it.
say most of them
I'm
shows
trying,
they
but it's hard
came
when you don't know
up
the
with
name and the exact year.
back
It has to be
then
like the
when
80s.
they done it.
it might have been the Outer Limits though. I might be wrong about
because
that.
I think the
there's
Outer
another
Limits had
program
like a
too,
tree.
though.
I don't know if that's true, but that's
There was
what
programs. I think there was Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and like
Or it was like either a tree or it was like a house, and
Yeah.
then as it went below the ground, it looked like tree roots.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Oh my gosh, what
way
was that
they
name?
started it was like you start out in real life and then you turn to the dark side of things. So that like, everything's this is talking about the things that are
I
in the
don't know how
shadow.
true that is, but I heard like it said multiple times.
I mean, there was one that it had like tales from the light side, the
Almost
dark
like
side,
Alice
and the
in
other side.
Wonderland.
Yes, that's it.
Tales from the
Tales from
Dark.
the dark side. Yes, that's it. Tales from the dark side. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yep. That was the three. There was Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and Tales from the Dark Side.
The real stuff that I started getting into, and it was in the 70s, maybe early 80s,
Hey, go.
when That's Incredible came on. And they were talking about the Toys R
I
Us
know you
ghosts.
know about OBS. Like, I've been needing to get a hold of you because I can't figure it out.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Ghost. Did I was telling him, TJ, that you make a lot of those how-to videos, how to use things. So I said I think you might have one on OBS.
Actually, you know who got me into OBS? I watched Green Bay Wackies has some tutorials on OBS, and that's what got me started in OBS.
I fit
Okay.
So,
like FBS,
really
but
good.
it's on me. I got, and I tried to up it, and it's still doing it.
Yeah, see, I have the same problem with mine, but
Oh,
a lot of
Mitten,
that has
good
to do
night.
with if you're running OBS, you really should have a computer with at least an i5 or a Core i5 processor or larger. My
I don't
recommendation
know what this one is.
would be like i7 Gen 8 with at least 12 gig of RAM to run OBS.
Okay.
Or you could just get one of those gaming computers with the
That's basically what it is.
i7 with it's like 4 cores of 5.0 and 64 gigs of RAM. You won't have to worry about it for a few years.
Yeah. Well, this one I got here is a 14-inch screen. I did have a 15-inch, but I sort of blew it up. I used it and dropped it so many times. This
But
is a HP screen.
the thing with the
It's,
running OBS, so you have to have the processor to run not only run the OBS, run your Hangouts or your StreamYards plus your YouTube. You're literally going to be doing about 6 to 8 different things on your computer all at the same time. So those multiple processors is what you need to be able to do that. So if you're not running
basically
Windows
almost like
10,
a gaming computer.
yeah, you basically need a gaming computer to do everything like Green Bay Wacky does on his screens. And with the moving backgrounds and all that stuff, you pretty much need a gaming computer and fast internet.
Yeah.
Well, I think isn't the last computer he built he built it
See,
with a
I
gaming
did
computer in mind?
Yeah.
see that this. I was good. I don't know how I do it.
See, like now, you're cutting in and out, lagging, and I'm thinking it might be your bandwidth on
But
your.
I'm telling you, this dude walked me through it, right? Well, I ended up with my camera up there.
Yeah, TJ has a lot of
Oh, mine.
the lag when he's on live.
Yeah, I'm thinking his. I mean, I know he's out
But
in the
yeah, I
country like I.
figured out how to do all of the pictures and stuff. But I figured that's what's wrong.
Now, if your computer isn't up to par with OBS, I would suggest if you're wanting to do kind of some of the same things that you can do on OBS, I would recommend Manicam because you can do some creative stuff on Manicam, but it doesn't take up the processor like OBS does. And you can use Manicam with this program because it sets up like a virtual camera.
Oh, that's pretty cool sounding.
Yeah,
you can download this for free.
Yes, Manicam
So
is.
like my
free.
wife, she lives in Roanoke, Virginia, and she gets better reception than me. But now, how you spell that?
Manicam, ManyCam.
Misty's back.
Hi, I'm on the phone.
Welcome back, Misty.
I'm on my phone now.
Welcome back, Misty.
Yeah. Wait a minute. See my house. There we go. Is that better? It's not gonna let me.
Yes, life. This is StreamYard we're using, and it's free for this version. Um, they do have a paid version, but he's using the free version.
Okay.
Yeah, Samantha, this is the free version, and I'm actually doing it over my cell phone.
And that's another
Right.
thing. I can't get mine won't let me do it through my cell phone.
What you
On
do is
Go ahead,
you
Evan.
go on, because when you go in, what it does is it pulls up like Chrome, but it uses
Yeah.
the mobile version of Chrome. You have to hit the three dots, and then you'll have an option in there that says like desktop computer, and you have to check that, and then it'll pull up, the desktop version, like you're on an
Okay.
actual
That's
computer.
where me and my wife was going wrong.
And that's right, because I tried it last night. That's where, yeah, Samantha heard me cussing it last night because it wasn't
Yes.
working, and then
I don't feel bad. I do it too.
a lot of people heard me cussing it, and uh, the title of title of the stream. But Michigander man goes, no, what you do is you do that. You hit the buttons and you hit the desktop, and then you can log in, and it'll be like a computer, and you can host.
Okay, now.
Now, just to
We
go
could
in
see
and
you,
be on a
Misty,
panel, you can
and
do
then
it
you
from
went
the app.
offline.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do that. I'll click on the link, and I'll go in and I'll use the app, Chrome app, just, and I don't need to hit the desktop, and I can go in and be on a panel. But to host, I have to hit the um, view as desktop, and then I can host it.
Right.
But I'm just using the free version. I'm not, I definitely, I mean, if I have to, I'll pay for it. But if I can use a free version, I'm going to use the free version.
You got
But I'm,
hamburgers? I need a veggie burger though, because
I
I'm a
really appreciate that, Ghost.
This is Manicam I'm using right now, and I can do like all kinds of stuff.
Right now, I'm so hungry. I'd eat anything, but
even a Reese's Pieces cup.
well, I appreciate
Oh my
you
god.
sharing that website with me,
You can do things
and
like
I'm glad you told me how to do the desktop thing. Now stop it, Ghost Swamp. Now you're making me want this one. When you ain't got no teeth, that's about the only choice you got to eat, candy bar wise.
oh yeah, last night, Samantha, you're right. Last night, um, I don't think there is a profanity that
So
I
at
did
least
not
you
use in
can
that
gum
stream.
it.
Yes. I watched it this morning. Oh God,
Oh,
Ghost.
oh my god. Oh,
I watched it this morning when I woke up, and all I'm
jeez.
hearing is Irish risky cursing. I'm like, okay, I'll put this on while I'm in the shower.
Oh my God,
Cursing up a
dude.
storm.
Scared the shit
Hellboy.
out of me this
Yeah.
morning.
Oh boy. There you go.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of. There's different things you can do with
Oh,
like
that just
Manicam.
reminded me.
Like,
I seen this
So you could
song,
actually you could actually host
Oh,
this and do
jeez.
Manicam.
yeah,
right?
You actually look like him.
With that,
Just don't poke me. Just don't poke me. Oh my,
spider
this
web.
that's cool. I
That
like
is
that one.
cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can poke. You can poke him,
Oh,
and
wrong way.
I could poke you guys.
Here, hold it.
oh Lord, I'm not lying. Oh, and this dude kept on grilling
That's so cool. It's a spider web. That's awesome. Oh, and I see something streaming in the back. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, you can have
Oh,
one
you
scroll
like to
across
be
the screen.
posted?
And,
Ghost, is
Sorry,
that
That's
Hellraiser?
awesome.
but
he's the one.
this here, no,
I
this is
can't see.
spider
I had to
web.
turn my other phone off.
Oh,
Spider
that's
Man.
It's
Yeah,
a
this,
spider web.
Oh, okay.
but it does
I was
the
that's
talking.
pretty neat.
digital mapping on your face. So when you
I was
move,
talking about that like a Hellbound mask, with the face that had all the nails in it.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Hellraiser. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I have heard of that, but I never knew how to spell it.
Well,
I'm not lying to
I think
y'all.
the
I
first
was
one was just
in.
like Hellbound Hellraiser, and it was I think it was Pandora's Box or something that
Mm,
they were referring to.
yep. And you can download more effects and things for your Manicam and all that too. Face masks, all kinds of stuff. You can get blower through
Hold up.
emoticons and all.
I think I got the wrong one.
I gotta go grab me some batteries, guys. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Oh,
There's
Ghost,
going
come
to
to me.
when you pulled it up,
It's
did
your
it
old
have
television.
a purple background on it? And it says something about 18 and plus. I think that's the wrong one. I think that might be a porn site.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Sunday at the Wheeling Civic Center.
It's Marry, right?
No. Many.
Oh, that's why I found that site.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get
Yeah.
that pic.
Like many.
So it's M-A.
NYAM.
Okay. I got it. Okay. I got it now. Maybe I won't go back at a later
That's
date, maybe. Okay, I know, but it was
Look
the
at
second on
that.
that one. I should have clicked on the first. Yeah, that's where I
The
messed
only
up.
thing that this can't do, that Hangouts does, that I did like about that, is that after the stream ends, you could talk a little at the end. This just drops off. Now in Zoom, can you stay on after the live?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Unless the host, if the host ends the call, then everybody's kicked out. It's not like Hangouts where even if the host leaves, you can still hang out and talk.
Right.
Once the host ends the call, it's over with.
I got you.
I mean, he can end the stream and keep the call open. In fact, he could keep the call open indefinitely if he wanted to. Like he can leave the call without ending the call.
Right.
And just kind of be like a Hangouts chat room almost. But
Oh, I got you. Yeah, because that's the only thing I noticed with this. That's the only two glitches. I don't know. Like I said, I never looked into the paid version of this one. But if you have the free one, okay, it's only 6 people. You could have a person in the quarry, but you can't. Once that you end the live, you end the live. That's it.
yeah. Yeah, I spend too much time in the Matrix. Oh, here we go. Distortions.
That's so wicked. I love it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's messed up.
It's like a funhouse mirror almost.
We can make it snow. Look, that's snowing.
Oh, it's not.
We needed some of that on Saturday. Holy crap, it was hot.
Oh, man. Oh, underwater shot. Yeah, it's not that. Really
That's okay,
face.
Smith. I'll be doing more panels
Now,
now.
I know
Yeah,
this
look.
one guy
Yeah.
uses like the filters on Snapchat. He'll use them on his OBS. I don't know how he does it, but it's neat. It'll be a cat 1 minute and then something else.
Well, see, now OBS, you can actually set up OBS to use like a virtual camera, like Manicam. I can use Manicam as my camera, as my video capture device in OBS. So I can take all the features that this have and bring them into OBS and still have all the OBS stuff going too. But and I know that there's a way to use like old iPhones as webcams for the computer. So if you're using Snapchat filters and using the old iPhone as a webcam, you can do that as well. I'm not exactly sure how because I've never tried it. But I know that you can. I've seen other people do it.
That's nice to know.
Yeah, but it just might be your internet too, TJ.
Yeah, your internet is definitely lagging a little bit. Now here's something that, and I talked about it on the show there not too long ago. We actually got the new internet. We're supposedly now this is the selling point that the ISPs tell you, the internet service providers tell you, when okay, we have new internet. You can have up to 300 megabits per second speeds in your home. What they don't tell you is when they come in and set it up, the modem that they give you already has a built-in router, and they'll tell you, oh, it's 5K compatible and still does 2.4 megahertz.
Yeah.
Those are two separate channels from that router, and that 300 megabits per second are divided by the two channels. So you're either going to connect from your laptop to one of the two, either the 5G or the 2.5 gigahertz, which means you're only getting 150 megabytes per second upload and download speeds to your computer. There is a device, it's called a Wi-Fi extender or Wi-Fi booster that you can get. They are about 10 to 15 bucks on Amazon, and they plug into the wall, and then you connect to your router via Ethernet cable to that device. And what that does is it extends the range of your Wi-Fi, but it uses both channels. So when you connect through the booster, you're accessing both channels at once, which doubles your speed to an actual 300 megabits per second feed to your computer. You can actually double your internet speed with a $10 device.
Oh,
Yeah, but make sure you ask that service provider because they'll just tell you the overall speed.
Yeah,
Ask
they
what's
won't
the
tell you.
upload speed and what's the download speed, because usually they'll say, oh, like 100 megabytes a second. You'll say, okay, well, what's the upload speed? Well, the upload speed may be 2.5 megabytes a second, and the download speed is 98.5.
Anything
or
over
97.5.
4 on the upload speed is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
So
that's
if
like
you're streaming or you're uploading, you want a higher upload speed than and they'll use the excuse, well, most people stream movies, so this is what we said. It's like, well, this is what I need.
Well, I
Can you-
ordered that device that I was talking about today, and it should be here by next Friday. I'm going to do a review on it. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to show my internet speed before I hook it up, and then show my internet speed after I hook it up. Do a review on it and actually show you what it actually does. So be watching for that video to come out, because
Oh yeah, because
I'll show you what device it is, show you what to look for on Amazon, where you guys can get that device. If it works for me, it'll work for you.
right, yeah, because I know Fallen and Haunted Trucking was looking at a device, but they said it was like $40. But if that will work for her, maybe.
Well, if you go to their website and buy it, it is $5 to $40, but you can find it on Amazon for $12.99 today.
Oh, okay.
So with free shipping, so I couldn't complain. I was like, nope, not bad.
Yeah.
Supposed to be up to 110 this weekend. Oh God, I hope not.
Yeah. We just got
I
done with
suffered-
that here in New York, and I tell you, dying.
I
And
suffered
today,
to 100 today, and that was too much.
Oh,
yeah.
I tell you what, I was on the third floor of the West Virginia State Penitentiary, doing that lock-in the other night, and it was 120 some degrees in there. And I'm going through this place with a backpack with all my gear, and I'm in there, and I'm standing there with Dodgy from Tennessee Wraith Chasers, and we're doing a spirit box session in there. And I was like, I couldn't breathe. It was so hot. I was like, Dodgy, I'm sorry, man, I gotta go. And I walked out into the hallway, and I couldn't walk any further. I had to sit down. I had to break out a bottle of water, splash some water on my face, get a drink, and sit there for a few minutes to cool down. I couldn't do it. I couldn't stay in that room any longer. It was too hot. And yeah, it was crazy being there. I mean, the conditions, when you think about, when that prison was in operation, those inmates didn't have air conditioning. They were locked in those cells in 120 degree heat, 365 days a year. And for 1 hour a day, they got to go out in the yard. 1 hour.
Which prison was this?
This was the Moundsville State Penitentiary in Moundsville, or the West Virginia State Penitentiary in
Oh my God.
Virginia. We're talking
Holy crap.
when the sun beats down on that prison, the walls being 6 foot thick, and the walls heat up, and the sun goes down at night, and it actually cools off down outside. Them walls still radiate that heat all night long.
Yep.
So
That's what happens out here.
You can imagine the thing that those inmates were going through when they was in that prison.
No wonder a lot of them went crazy.
Oh, probably.
Cooked.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like being in a hot car.
They did have sinks in their in the cells, just a small sink, so they had access to water, and they had toilets in there, and that was about it. There's a metal rack with probably a cheap mattress on it to sleep on, and that was about that. I'm talking, I could touch both sides of the cell with both hands standing in the middle of it, and still could have stretched my arms out. I mean, you're talking.
Well, back then, Ghost, the mattresses weren't like they are. There were no pillow tops like there are today. They were like 3-inch mattresses.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Not even. Yeah.
So yeah, when I went into that prison, I was doing it to get that content on my channel, or to put it out there, to entertain. But man, I sacrificed a lot that night, because I actually have a condition called malignant hyperthermia that makes me highly susceptible to heat stroke. So for me to push through that night, it was a feat. I mean, it really was. I'm lucky that I didn't get taken out of there in an ambulance. and then not because of something that spirits were attacking me or anything like that, but because of, you know, the health issues that I was born with. So
You got to get one of those. Do they still make them? Oh my God. I remember Sharper Image. My father, we got one for my father because he was always sick and the heat would bother him. But Sharper Image used to make it, and you put it around your neck, and it was literally like an AC, and you wore it on your neck.
yeah, I mean, I've worked in plants before because even the tour guide was suffering. It seemed really hot. Yeah, the tour guide was that. The tour guide, even on the day tour, that was Jason from Paranormal Quest. He's also a YouTuber. I live in a sin block home. Get even hotter inside. Yes, yeah. Those are old like sandstone cinder blocks. Like literally, they were hand carved by inmates, and yeah, that was one of the things I didn't show in the video. Is some of the like the north wing when they built it, they actually had the inmates carving out the stones to build the prison. Okay, and some of the stones actually have initials in them.
Oh wow.
Masons markings kind of thing, like the
Yep.
the G's in it or whatever. Because some of them were Masons. I have a friend who got burnt and can't sweat, so he gets in trouble too. And yeah. I'll tell you what. Yesterday I was down. I stayed in bed till like 6 o'clock at night. I was just exhausted. I must have drank about 2 gallons of water yesterday. Just rehydrating.
Is this prison now closed? How long was it actually open for?
The prison closed down in 1995. That was when they built the new Northern Regional Jail out there. So it's been closed down since 1995, and in I want to say round about 2000 to 2004, somewhere in there, MTV filmed an episode. Actually, it was their pilot episode of a show that they did called Fear.
Yes.
And
my gosh, I remember that.
They did it from the West Virginia State Penitentiary. Now, here's the part that you didn't hear about that. Now, that prison had a lot of artists locked up in there. So there's a lot of paintings and murals on the walls and things like that the inmates had done. Well, when Fear went down there, they went down in the Sugar Shack and they did some paintings of their own. And they took like paint and painted shadow figures on the wall and shit like that without the permission of the prison board who let them go in there to film. So they just took it upon themselves to start painting over actual artwork that was done by inmates who were now passed.
Oh, that's so disrespectful.
Like historical like paintings in this prison. And the prison actually found out that they were doing it, put a stop to them, threw them out, told them they had to stop production, and banned them from ever going back to West Virginia State Penitentiary again. So MTV cannot go back into that place.
A bunch of dickheads.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the producers of the show that was doing the show. Probably not MTV itself, but whoever was producing that show for MTV took it upon themselves to go down there and paint a bunch of stuff on the walls. And they painted things like the Mothman shadow figures all over the place and stuff down there.
They really didn't give a shit about the history. They were all about, let's promote our show.
They were trying to get ratings.
It's all about the money anymore.
That's just
and the crazy thing is
so disrespectful.
If you ever actually watched that episode of Fear on MTV, everything that was done, like they had the one kid sitting in the chair, they had another chair in the room, and they had like fishing line on the leg, and they give the chair a yank, and it just jerks and moves across the room. Everything that they actually had happen there that scared the kids was fake.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a true story.
They take it and they blow it up.
I can't believe that they would.
Yeah, Yeah,
just
you
for
know,
ratings, that they would destroy this type of history.
Hmm.
Oh, they don't care.
And
It's just more money in their pocket. If they
Right.
can get more,
you would think.
if they can get higher ratings, they can get more money. It's like the Super Bowl. You
yeah,
know,
Yeah,
there's
yep.
so many viewers. It's like what, like $5 million for a 30-second commercial,
The
and that's
only
all they.
thing that I've seen that was a bigger waste of time than doing something like that is, yeah, okay, so the Olympics comes around every 4 years, whatever, and they will go to certain areas. You know, the Olympics this year are going to be coming from Germany, and they'll actually build elaborate facilities where they'll build a special swimming pool for the Olympics, for the Summer Olympics. You know, it only ever gets used once. And then 10 years later, it's an abandoned facility. The swimming pool's empty. The wildlife is growing up around it. You know, you see that in all the places that the
Everywhere.
Olympics have
Yep.
been.
They're trying to actually build here in Toronto when we had the games,
Hmm.
um, make them into apartment complexes for lower income families, and now it's switched up, and so there's this big, huge, massive tie up, and yeah, the buildings were not built that great, so they're going to have to go in, redo stuff, and it's probably because it's prime property here in Toronto, in the greater Toronto area. eh, there's no way it could be income housing. It's going to be for upscale people. It's ridiculous. For a house here, you have to have either 2.5 million, or you're out. You have to go at least an hour and a half, 2 hours away to buy a
You
house
just go on
or a
YouTube and
condo.
look up like abandoned Olympics facilities.
Yeah,
There's
they're
so
everywhere.
many of them, like slalom runs where they had the
In
slalom
Vancouver
down the
too, yeah.
hillside, and they're just literally just decayed and rotting, remains of what used to be there when the Olympics was there. And that was the only time they've ever been used, was for the Olympics. And then they just locked it up and walked away and forgot about it.
It's crazy. Yeah, they built here um, in Queens. They built the Olympic size pools, and they had the diving board and everything. And then they built it for the Olympics, and they didn't get the Olympics, so the Olympics weren't coming here. They picked somewhere else. But they use it as, because they never used it for the Olympics, and now they built this pool and they spent all this money, and the community was like pissed off. But now they use it as a community pool. So you go there, it's free, and they have swimming lessons there for kids. So it's nice in that respect. But yeah,
It
crazy.
costs a lot of money to run those kind of facilities, for sure,
Yeah,
because they're such on a grand scale.
Police Chapman Missy says, because of my MS, I have to stay inside because of heat-related problems and drink probably just as much water. Yes, and the malignant hyperthermia that I was diagnosed with as a kid makes me highly susceptible to heat stroke and allergic to any and all anesthetics. And
Oh my gosh.
it is categorized as a muscle disease that you would get from birth, usually passed down from a father. And 1 in 10,000 people get this. And somehow I drew a lucky number, I guess. I don't know. Life expectancy of somebody with MHOS has a life expectancy of about 40 years. So,
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
Samantha. They
as
do
you
waste
get
a lot
older,
of money.
the heat problems do get worse. It does get more taxing on you, and it can be more severe at times. So, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It is a form of MS. It's like MS's nasty little cousin, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was just gonna comment on what Samantha. Yeah, so yeah, they waste a lot of money. Yeah, and it's usually taxpayer money.
Yeah.
It's taxpayer money, and the ones that are making the profit are the big, the advertisers, the
sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big business that goes in there, the TV, whoever gets the TV rights and all that. Yeah, those are the ones making the money, and
what's
it's
going on. Look,
they use taxpayer dollars for it.
uh,
I'll be right back.
Okay, Jenna.
Well, Irish, I think I'm gonna finish this cigarette and then I'm gonna jump down off the panel. It's about
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's about
think
to be
I'm gonna
6 in the
probably
morning here. I
leave
didn't
this.
even sleep yet. I've been on so many panels.
I know.
It's almost 3 o'clock here, and I have to
But I
get
wanted to show
up
off
in
my shirt.
5 hours and go back to work in 100 plus. Well, probably 102, 103 degrees again today.
Oh, stay hydrated, man. I tell you what works for me a lot of times. I've got these. I've got they look like the. Remember the chamois for the car that they come in the plastic container and they're like blue, and they hold a lot of water. But they're cooling towels.
Yeah,
And
I
you get
got two of them.
towels. And
I got two of them, but I'll put it around my neck, and by the time I get done with a round, my shirt is soaking wet, my pants are wet, my underwear's wet. It's just miserable. I need to find something else. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Right. I know what you mean, brother. I know what you mean. I'm with you. But I'm gonna keep doing this YouTube thing and keep doing the explorers. And if I have to go out in the heat, I have to go out in the heat. I'll persevere. I'll come through it.
Well, like I said, get yourself one of those personal ACs. My father had it, and it really worked. For you put it on your neck. It has a remote. It keep you a little cool. So
See, that's the thing with me. Like, I can't take the heat, but I hate the cold.
well, because it's around your neck, you're not gonna be freezing.
No,
like
I mean, like wintertime, 3 feet of snow on the ground, wind chills of 26 below. That's all.
Oh, I hate the cold too. I hate the cold, and I like the heat, but not the humidity that we have in New York going on here recently. The humidity is, I just dripping all the time. It's gross.
Well, see, that's what kind of pissed me off is in the wintertime, they put me on the graveyard, the coldest fucking shift of the day. And then just before the winter was over, they put me on the swing so I could cover the hottest fucking part of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody else is like 20 to 30 years younger than me. And it's like, what the fuck? What are you guys doing?
It's actually cool out tonight. It's actually 65 degrees here. It's not too bad outside. But it'll get back up there.
Ghost, I'd like to have you on again because I'm thinking about, I know you're good with like paranormal tech stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe on a Tuesday night when I get home, that's my Friday, having a paranormal tech Tuesday, having you and some other people up, do a panel, have my wild card, paranormal wild card going again. Now that I could do panels.
Yeah, me and Lou usually go live on Tuesday nights at 10. So anytime before 10, I'm down for that.
To do the C word that we're not supposed to talk about.
Yeah, the C word.
Well, it'd probably have to be a Thursday then, because I'm over here. I don't get off till it'd probably be 11 o'clock my time, so it'd be like 1 o'clock your time.
Now here's the thing: we only go from 10 to midnight. So, on Tuesday nights, we only go from 10 to midnight. We keep the show at 2 hours. So, if you go live and do a tech talk thing like right after midnight or right around midnight, yeah, you can do that.
So it'd be midnight.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah, it'd be after your.
Christine, I got
I'm West
this
Coast,
other
California.
camera.
At 11 o'clock here, it'd be like 1 o'clock your time.
Where are you at?
California.
Oh hell, you're about 3 hours behind me. So my midnight would be you're like 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
So I'd be going. Yeah. So you're 9 o'clock. Yeah, that'd be 9 o'clock for you, midnight for me. So we can definitely do that.
And then I get off at 10, drive home. It's probably about 10:45.
Yeah.
So that'd be 3 hours later. What 2:45?
Yeah, we can definitely do something like that. I'm usually up all night anyway. Nighttime is the right time. Yeah, just
Okay,
let me
guys,
know.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I definitely want to get that. And like I said, now that I can do panels, I can do more.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was just not me getting out here at 11 o'clock and just rattling on, and that's all I could do. So I mean, if I can get more people in here, that'd be great. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, guys. It's like 3 o'clock for me. So Ghost, you probably already have the sun coming up there.
6. Yeah, sun's up.
Yeah.
I want to thank you all you guys that were stuck with me in the chat that came into the panel. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank
Everybody's
you.
welcome. Anytime. I'm going to be dropping the link into the chat. Just jump right on up. So before I go, I'm going to say everybody can say, their tagline, their good night tagline. Go ahead.
Now, Irish, let me warn you something about that though. If a troll comes in there and he clicks on that and joins your panel and like porn bombs you or something like that, you can get a channel strike. So be careful.
Well, the StreamYard, that's why we like the StreamYards. We have to wait until he says it's okay to come up. So he can see who it is if it's not somebody he knows.
They can click on the link and I can see who they are. If they don't have the camera on and
he
they
don't know them
say in the chat that, hey, I'm going to come up, I don't have to let them into the studio. They'll be sitting in the green room and I'll just boot them.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that works then. But like, with Hangouts, if you did that, you could get. In fact, I know that. Farm
Thanks,
Boy.
Dad.
Farm Boy did that. He dropped the thing in the chat, and the troll came up on the stream. He got a channel strike and was shut down for 90 days.
Yeah, see, that's what when I dropped it before. When somebody clicks on the link and they come in to the studio, they are in the studio, but they are not in the show.
So they're in the green room,
and they are. I can see their face and I can see their name, and they are like a light gray. And if I don't recognize them, then they don't. I don't have to click on them.
Right.
I can just boot them right out.
Nice.
So that's what I like about this over Hangouts. Hangouts, you have absolutely no control. You drop the link, they're in there, you're screwed. So even if somebody does come in and I click and they start to shoot their mouth off, boom, I can boot them instantly. And then kick them out of the show and then boot them out of the studio.
Nice.
Yeah, and then once you boot them out, they can't come back that day.
Yeah.
You could boot them for good too. There's a way, but yeah, so it's not like the same person can come up because that person is blocked from that stream once he boots them. And it asks you twice in case you press the button by accident, which I like too. It says, are you sure? Like first you boot them, it puts them in the green room. And then it asks you, are you sure you want to get rid of this person? Because like I said, once you get rid of them, they're booted for good that whole live stream. So you it's good they ask you twice. Otherwise, if you do it by accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Yep, you're here.
All right. I didn't know. My computer's going. But Ghost, I had a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, Christina was going to look this up. I got like, but it's a cheaper version, and I was going to use it for my channel, and I cannot.
So TJ, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I can't understand what you're saying.
It's really going bad.
He got a camera like a GoPro, and he gave me the model number so I could look it up. So I'm trying to search it to find a how-to video because it didn't come with any instructions or anything for him to use. But it's like a cheap version of the GoPro to know how to video because he can only figure out how to take pictures. So he
Yeah,
was
TG,
asking
I
if he
noticed.
knew
I noticed
anything about
a
these
lot of
cameras.
streams that you have. You know, your streams, and when your other streams, you cut in and out. It sounds like you're talking into a can, and there's a lot of like reverb.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say it's some of your it's either some software or hardware, just a guess.
Now,
Yeah.
with the GoPros, and I don't know whether it's the same thing with the knockoff GoPros or not, but I do know with the GoPros, if you're wanting to use the GoPro as a webcam, you actually have to go and buy a video capture card that would plug into your USB, and they are about $200.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, I would
I think it
say
would just be
Oh.
cheaper to get a
money.
$50
So I
webcam.
think he just wants to video regular stuff, like a video camera, but he says he can't figure that part out. He can only figure out how to snap pictures.
I would say look up the model number and look it up on YouTube. There's probably a tutorial video for it somewhere.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like if you go to the reviews or something. So he gave me the model number. I gotta try to see if I could search it for him.
Yeah, just type into the search the model number, and usually, like now, a lot of those GoPro knockoffs, I see them on Wish all the time, and they're like, it'll say 4K Wish camera, or you could actually type in 4K Wish camera and probably see that actual camera that he's got, and there'll be a tutorial on how to set it up or whatnot. I actually ordered some of those cameras off from Wish, and when I got them, the programming was in Japanese, and I had to watch the tutorial and count the spaces down, because I couldn't read. In the
Right.
back. I had to watch the tutorial on the setup of it and just count the spaces where they was clicking and everything to get it into English mode.
Mm.
I actually it was a dash cam for the car. When I got it, it was set to Japanese or Chinese or something, and I didn't know how to read it. I was like, how the hell am I going to set this up? Let me try this, and I threw it.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's TJ's laptop and his bandwidth.
Yeah, I want to say it's his bandwidth.
Yeah. Him being out in the country and whatnot. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's making it
My
so laggy and
suggestion
whatnot.
would be to put the laptop near the router and hook directly in with a Ethernet cable to the router.
Okay.
And if you've got a
See, my
booster,
router's right here.
the router's
I'm
right there in
laying
the
on
room.
my bed. It's straight across.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you might want to get a long enough Ethernet cable to plug into the router and then plug it directly into your computer, and that'd help you out a lot, I think.
I gotta find the one I had. I don't know what I've done with it.
That might
had a
most likely would
10-foot
help
one.
fix it a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Well, Irish, I know you was talking about shutting this down. I'm gonna go ahead and jump down off the panel, and
I'm gonna say, ask everybody to go ahead and say their goodbyes. Go ahead, Ghost, if you want to go first.
Hi, everybody. I'll be somewhere later.
It was so nice being on a panel with you, Ghost.
And thanks for coming up, Ghost. I really appreciate it.
Take care, Ghost. Tell Lady Swan we say hello. Give her
I
big
will.
kisses for us.
Will do. I got to figure out how to get out of here. How do we do this?
Jenna, you are next.
Leave stream. There should be a
there
red
it is. I found it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
night, Ghost.
Ghost. Take care.
Jenna,
all right.
your
Thank you
turn.
so much, Irish and Christina, TJ. Much love to you all. Have a
Thank
great
you,
evening.
Jen.
Stay
It was
cool.
nice meeting you in person.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Click
Thanks for coming up.
the studio.
Oh, she found it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everybody in the chat who stayed with us and hung out with us. You guys are awesome. And my tagline usually is, I'll see you on the next adventure. So thank you so much, Irish, for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, and thanks for coming up. Okay, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in on the panel and the chat. Everyone have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. And until next time, stay safe.